Welcome to this retro content from Throwback Thursdays, whether it's from NoDQ.com, the Jeff Meacham Network, Casa D18 Studios itself, a Simple Man's brand, or the J. Hebert Studios, and anything to do with FTW Productions. This will be the content re-aired right here on Throwback Thursdays that you could expect to see on the Casa channel. I know watching back some of our old content, whether it's the Open Mic Night intro where I'm laid on my bed, which I kind of cringe at, especially with this cool-ass setup now, or whether it's, just about anything to do with what we have done on FTW Productions, from a Simple Man's brand, from the J. Hebert Studios, to even some Insanity Works and Retro Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated stuff. There's some good stuff, there's some cringe stuff, and either way, I hope you guys enjoy that stuff coming up, and, even if you didn't enjoy it, I'll be along with you for the ride. Some of the stuff does not age well, like Jeff's content does. I know he has done a deep dive on his own content and cringed at his own self, but either way, I hope you enjoy it regardless. I know in some of these clips, I have a fondness to them. So with that being said, enjoy this Throwback Thursday, and until next time, we'll see you on the J. Hebert side.
Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Button Master Stable Wars entire playlist. AEW Revolution Go Home Week, Dynamite and Rampage watch parties. Mistress Audio dramatic readings featuring voice actors from Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Elimination Chamber retrospective. WrestleMania Retros coming to the Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated channel. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Let's Play series. WrestleMania 19 Revenge Mode Let's Play series. All of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels. Both episodes of The Don DeMarco Show. AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week. The entirety of the NASCAR Thunder 2004 Let's Play series. AEW Revolution watch-along coverage featuring Noah Foster and James Hebert. Wrestle Kingdom 17 coverage in conjunction with the Jeff Meacham Network. A Simple Take, WWE Simple Takes featuring Casa D18 Studios. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting. Episode 3 coming soon. Breaking news, ATW View Impromptu. WYW Intro and Immortal Stream. Royal Rumble Match Marathon with retros of events following Marathon. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from J. Hebert Studios.
In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts Underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can talk, and if you can subscribe to them, maybe you can hire the Indy Force.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Fuck.
Could be worse.
That's a pretty good way to sum up this week.
Dude, it's not even over. And I already want this week. I want this year to end. Screw this week.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, case. I mean,
sometimes I feel I wonder.
I mean, boys. I mean, Final Fantasy VII, Doom Eternal, Animal Crossing.
I just got today.
Yep. I mean, It's not terrible. I mean, honestly, it's not affecting us on a personal level, the news that we're talking about, except for one big one. But James, how about you go first? Because you are more of the, how do we say, wrestling aficionado.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Am I ever... I know everybody heard me say I was sick of talking about wrestling, but after today, we're going to start off with the whole thing going on with WWE. I'm going to get one of the articles up. I know one of them is for them being an essential business. They're somehow labeled an essential business, which means the employees are now going to be fucking put at risk, which is just fucking great. So we'll have
they only call us essential because they don't have the balls to call us sacrificial.
Yeah.
I'll be sacrificed to the Eldritch gods.
No, you will be sacrificed to the blood gods and used to make a skull for the skull throne.
That'd be pretty sick. I like thrones. You got in Doctor Doom's chair. That shit's pretty sick, dude.
All right. So I got the subs. So I got one article up that I didn't share with anybody yet because this literally has been coming into the grapevine and I didn't want to share it until everything was pretty much finalized. But now that it is finalized, I'm going to read it. So I'll read this one, and then Nikos, you could read the WWE deemed an essential business article and the Donald Trump one.
Yeah.
So WWE is all over the goddamn place. WWE releases several performers among financial cuts. World Wrestling Entertainment announced Wednesday it is releasing several performers among a series of financial cuts in response to the coronavirus pandemic. Included in the releases are wrestlers Rusev, Drake Maverick, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Heath Slater, Eric Young, Rowan, Sarah Logan, Noe Jose, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, EC3, Leo Rush, Primo, and Epico. Now, half of these are not really shockers. However, a few are. I'm going to talk about the few here. Rusev, not so much, actually. But Drake Maverick, I'm going to save him for last because he's got a whole section in here. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows is a huge shock considering they just came off that whole thing with The Undertaker. So
yeah, which honestly, despite the weirdness of most of what WrestleMania, of what I saw of this past year's WrestleMania, that particular segment I actually enjoyed quite thoroughly.
Yeah, at least one of us did.
Is Kurt Angle also released?
Kurt Angle is also released. I'm getting to him. He wasn't really doing much. Not really even. Let's give him the time of day here. Not that I hate Kurt Angle, by the way. I'm just saying.
Kurt Angle's
doing much of anything. And then we have, and mainly the reason why is because of those big contracts that Luke and Carl were getting. That's what's shocking to me out of everything else. Leo Rush is another shocker just because of how essential he was to NXT's Cruiserweight division. And now it's like they just cut him for no fucking reason.
Yeah, but to be fair, is it really out of the ordinary for WWE to just go, thank you for being a part of a storyline. The check may be in the mail, but good luck in your future endeavors.
Anyway.
And then they go on and make twice that money elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'll keep reading on now that I read the names that were kind of a shocker on that list, minus Drake Maverick. We're going to get to him. AKA Rockstar Spud for those who don't follow WWE like most of us. WWE also announced it is letting go Kurt Angle, a retired wrestler and backstage producer, and in English, who was a commentator. He was actually one of the fucking good ones. That pisses me off. For literally no fault of his own. He was actually one of the better ones. Who has not wrestled since 2019, but recently done commentary, and referee Mike Chioda. Keep in mind, Mike Chioda is like their longest tenured referee.
Yeah, he's been there. He's been there since the early '90s.
And they just fucking release it. Prior to the releases, WWE announced it was for logging. I think that's how it's pronounced. A portion of its workforce effective immediately. The company added it believes the headcount reductions will be temporary in nature, which is total bullshit, by the way. That's just total bullshit. The names I spouted off, it's total bullshit. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows were paid $1 million apiece. Okay, that's not fucking chump change here.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of money.
All these 5-year deal contracts, basically, all the names I just mentioned that were on 5-year deals, gone.
Well, look
and that adds along with the Revival, who are also released. So
to be honest,
well, James, there's one thing you have to remember with WWE and wrestling in general, to be honest, and that is, you know what contracts and cards have in common?
Yeah, they expire.
Not even expire. They are subject to change without notice.
Yep. Which is bullshit, because that's not how fucking literally name unless like I we'll get to the people in his fucking cabinet, because in Trump's cabinet, because a lot of those fucking guys, while I don't like the fact that he's even doing that fucking business thing, at least they know how to fucking, you know, do proper business when they need to let go of somebody.
Agreed.
Most do.
My thing with this is I'm really shocked that of all the people to lose, it's Rusev.
Yeah.
The guy who's...
I'm not shocked.
But
I'm not shocked. He wanted out of there. He wanted out of there because of what they were doing with his fucking wife.
No, I agree. But what I'm trying to say is the guy was a huge fucking star in WWE for like the first year he was in the company.
Yeah.
Bullet Club.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gone.
It's all gone. It's legitimately all... Bullet Club in WWE is dead.
Yeah, but to be fair, they weren't even being fucking utilized for what they have as talent.
No.
Honestly, all these workers
anyway. Even Finn Balor, like, they had to bring him back down to NXT. And the only thing AJ Styles has done is that, you know...
Stupid fucking angle taker.
You know, that Boneyard match, which is getting mixed reviews by people, even on here.
I didn't like.
I enjoyed it. Some people didn't, but that's like. Other than that, what the fuck has AJ Styles done?
Dude, I finally watched that. I was not impressed.
Yeah, that's whatever. I don't even care.
I was not impressed.
Honestly, that's
not a lot of people. Not a lot of people were impressed by the Boneyard match. You got to be somebody who's easily entertained to enjoy that match. Those who know me know I am very easily entertained.
Same here. Like, if you watch a lot of movies, you kind of get drawn into it cinematically, but overall, the whole match...
Absolutely. The cinematic presentation was amazing.
Listen,
it was like a scene from
we're going off the rails. We're going off the rails. I don't want to waste time.
James, with the Indy Force, that's what we do.
I know, but we also have a lot of topics this time.
Listen, I
don't want people getting cut off at like random points.
Dude, it's fine. Listen, if I wanted to play a video game cutscene, I would just watch the whole thing online. If I wanted to watch wrestling with just cutscenes, I'd watch only just promo packages.
This is very true.
Fair.
Anyway,
the great thing about our promotion is we let you do that.
Exactly.
This is a very depressing read for the rest of this, because this is where it talks about Drake Maverick shit. So yeah, it will be temporary in nature. I already read that. In addition to the 4 lows, WWE said it is reducing executive and board member pay, decreasing operating expenses, and cutting talent expenses, third-party staffing, and consulting. Yeah, so much for that fucking Saudi money that probably doesn't exist because the prince is a fucking liar. SI_wrestling tweeted out brutal video of Drake Maverick on his release from WWE. Such raw emotion. It's important to remember the people behind the characters. So Drake Maverick is still, as of right now, despite being released, and I don't even know why he's still doing it at this fucking point. I guess because he's trying to prove a fucking point. Like you're gonna rue the day you release me, motherfucker. But he got released, and now he's basically wrestling his next 3 dates with WWE in the Cruiserweight tournament for the interim championship with no pay. With no fucking pay.
Which is completely fucked.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would take my cute little ass and walk the.
I would have fucking walked, but I guess he has more patience than I do.
Dude, he can have patience, but when you're not getting paid, it's not worth it.
Yeah. That's fucking. It's not ECW anymore. No. Like those days are long fucking past. Anyway, various producers were reportedly affected by the cuts as well, including Shane Helms. Haha, WWE ain't so great now, you cunt. And WWE writer Andrea Lissenberg, who was also let go. Also impacted by the company's cost reductions in a deferral on spending for the company's new headquarters for at least 6 months. WWE believes the cuts will save roughly $4 million monthly and improve cash flow by $140 million, primarily due to the paused construction funding, excuse me. And then WWE, this is their fucking statement here. God, I'm already not looking forward to reading this shit. Management continues to believe the fundamentals of the company's business remain strong and that WWE is well positioned to take full advantage of the changing media landscape. Clearly that's bullshit. And increasing value of live sports rights over the longer term. Fucking talk about PR fucking bullshit. Oh my God. On Monday, WWE was deemed an essential business by Florida and allowing it to continue its broadcasts. According to ESPN's Mark Raimondi, WWE will be running live shows running on Monday, April 20th. Which is this coming Monday. A WWE employee was recently announced to have been diagnosed with COVID-19. That's another fucking story I forgot that we should have even fucking put in there. But has fully recovered. The individual was in attendance at the tapings of WrestleMania 36, but was not exposed to the virus until after the conclusion of the production, according to the statement. So you already know WWE's word with that little PR bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
As I said, this is why we wrote down the topic as WrestleMania bullshit.
WWE went forward with WrestleMania 36 without an audience, recording the event at its training center, broadcasting it on April 5th and 6th. Gee, it's almost like you should have done this thing, which was postponed in June. Fucking
or until next April.
There you go. Let's get into this fucking deemed an essential business article, please.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna do this.
Essential.
And then anyway. I'm gonna do this.
Fucking annoyed. Honestly, I was not looking forward to reading any of this shit.
Oh, get ready for this.
Yeah.
Earlier today,
I'm putting on my politician blinders.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not even wearing the hat for this. No, it does not deserve to be wrestling on my hat for this.
You should get the hat and then throw it as soon as you start talking about it.
Oh,
I'd fucking burn it.
No, you gotta keep it.
Let's talk about this shit show, shall we?
Yep.
As soon as he gets like the first sentence whipped.
Earlier today, I found this article posted on metro.co.uk, written by Alistair McGeorge. Now, I don't normally go for certain articles that talk about any form of politics or any other garbage because we don't know if it's either credible or not, but at this point, the current situation, we'll take what we can get. So the title of this article is called Donald Trump names WWE's Vince McMahon as advisor to restart U.S. economy.
Okay, so you didn't hear that wrong.
Yeah, you did not hear that wrong.
I wish
Trust me, I'm fully aware.
I wish he fell asleep during that. That would have been fucking super funny. Wait, what? Huh? I put my blinders on. I couldn't hear you.
So,
boy, just continue. Sorry, Nico.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The U.S. president announced this week he's putting together a group including the commissioners of the nation's top 4 sports leagues and other executives, as well as the great WWE chairman Vince McMahon.
That's
Trump
legit a quote, by the way. That's a legit quote.
That
by
is a
the US
legit
fucking
quote.
president.
You do realize
fucking ass.
You do realize these two go back almost 30 years.
I don't give a fuck when they go fucking back. Kiss the hairiest part of my ass. They go back to WrestleMania 23.
That's
that
try 4. That's a lot of ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, Trump also named the likes of NBA's Adam Silver, NFL chief Roger Goodell, MLB's Rob Manfred, and NHL boss Gary Bettman. Furthermore, he noted that UFC president Dana White is part of the team alongside Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban and New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft. Let me just dispose of that.
Out of all the people, okay, I understand Dana White. I get that. I completely understand that front.
But Bob Kraft?
But wait.
Yeah, the
I'm
president of the New England Patriots, too.
I'm going to touch your Asians.
I shouldn't be laughing at that, but that's hilarious.
Fucking, yeah, I mean...
Listen, he wanted the cream of some young girl, so...
Speaking during a briefing...
Politics. It's politics at its absolute worst here.
Yeah.
Especially when you got an idiot in the fucking White House making these fucking...
Mainly, yeah.
Wait, I don't know if I could call Dana White a genius. I can't really say Dana White's a genius.
Dana's the only one out of the very few that isn't an idiot, because I don't see any other fucking business that isn't tampered with or fucking irrelevant.
I don't know. UFC's pretty irrelevant these days.
James, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, but before
James, I'm gonna call a T on this one. Dana White wants to buy a private island and hold fighting tournaments on the island. Motherfucker is becoming Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
You know what? I'll be real. It's a smarter idea than what they're trying to fucking push for.
Here's the question. If he wins, does he consume their hair in order to gain back his, or does he consume their souls in order to feed his hunger?
Your hair
is mine.
Anyway, continue.
Let's
just continue with this fucking shit show of an article.
Nico, she did that way better than I did, man. That was great.
Anyway, speaking during a briefing on Tuesday, Trump talked about the importance of bringing sports back into everyday life after the coronavirus pandemic forced leagues to halt play. He said, and I quote, "We have to get our sports back. I'm tired of watching baseball games that are 14 years old. I haven't actually had too much time to watch. I would say maybe I watch one batter and then I get back to work." End quote. The conference came after it was revealed WWE would be allowed to continue to hold live shows without a crowd at the Performance Center in Orlando. Despite the stage being under a stay-at-home order, the company has been deemed an essential business, and so it will be able to broadcast from its training facility each week. Speaking
that
to
moment,
the media...
I'm sorry, Nikos, I have to say
go
this.
ahead.
That moment when you realize WWE has become the old TNA.
Yeah,
I said that 5 fucking years ago. I actually, you know what? That's disrespecting TNA. Then I'm
old
gonna
school
be honest.
TNA, yeah.
I'd much rather right now the TNA in 2010 than what we have going on right now.
I wasn't even thinking that recent. You remember when they only broadcast out of one arena?
Oh, you mean when TNA was the fucking coolest time period ever?
Different. That was different. Much different
Wait,
circumstances.
hold on, Casey. Are you talking about the time period when Mick Foley fights Abyss and jumps off the top of the Titantron?
That I don't remember seeing. I'm more referring to the era of Sting versus Jeff Jarrett in Lethal Lockdown.
Yeah, that's the same.
I thought you were going to say Sting versus Jeff Hardy.
Wrong Jeff. Wrong Jeff.
Wrong Jeff.
Anyway,
but
that's
right
beside
Jeff.
the point.
Wrong Jeff, but right time era, basically.
Yes.
Yes, very true.
To continue, speaking to the media earlier this week, Orange County Mayor Jeff Deming said, "I think initially there was a review that was done and there was not initially deemed an essential business. With some conversation with the governor's office regarding the governor's order, they were deemed an essential business, and so therefore they were allowed to remain open. Classification as an essential business amid Florida's stay-at-home mandate comes from a memo issued by State Coordinating Officer Jared Moskowitz. Listing those classified
what a name.
as such." Yeah.
He got beat up as a kid.
Same. Moskowitz. Listing those classified as such, the memo
Does he have a
states...
son named Fievel?
Possibly.
If he does, I'm going to laugh.
Oh, he probably looks like a rat.
All politicians are fucking rats.
Facts.
Well, in this case, we're talking about a Florida State Trooper?
A coordinating,
fair enough.
a state coordinating officer.
Fair.
The memo states, employees at a professional sports and media production with a national audience, including any athletes, entertainers, production team, executive team, media team, and any others necessary to facilitate, including services supporting such production, only if the location is closed to the general public. End quote. WWE will continue to broadcast live 3 nights a week from its Orlando training facility. Explaining its stance, the company recently said, "We believe it is now more important than ever to provide people with a diversion from these hard times. We are producing content on a closed set with only essential personnel in attendance following appropriate guidelines while taking additional precautions to ensure the health and wellness of our performers and staff."
Yeah,
Now,
here's the problem
let me-
with that. You're doing it live every fucking week, 3 nights a week, you idiots. You know how you do it properly? You fucking tape 2 months of fucking shows in advance, like you were originally gonna fucking do. But you didn't want to fucking
Like
do
the current AEW method.
So hold on. What was the things that they were saying in this fucking statement? Hold on. I want to read
I'm
that.
sorry, what were you just saying?
We are the 3 words in this that you're probably going to read very quickly here. Hope, determination, and perseverance, right? That's what they brand themselves as.
Yeah.
And money. Don't forget about the money.
Here comes the money.
That's all they
Here
give
we
a
go.
fuck about. Don't believe all this bullshit that you fucking see and hear with your own fucking ears. Hope, determination, and perseverance. Bullshit. Bullshit. If that was the fucking case, you would have done what AEW did and taped 2 months fucking shows before their fucking pay-per-view. How is I don't fucking get it, man. I don't fucking get it. I understand people are fucking going stir crazy. I understand people need a fucking escapism. I'm probably one of them. I won't fucking lie. But the fact that you feel the need to fucking go live every other fucking week, and we talked about this on the last one, it's all about the fucking money. And Vince knew, and this is how I know, they were looking at any fucking way, Fox and USA, I guarantee you they were praying that Vince would stick with the whole taping so that way they can fucking kick them off their networks. And so when Vince found out this is probably what he was pushing for, I don't think even Dana White or anybody else fucking got involved in this until Vince went to Trump first. Because he knew if he fucking didn't, his business was going to go fucking under, plain and simple.
Agreed. Now
he's just delaying the inevitable.
What's going on here?
He's just delaying the inevitable. His company's dead in the water anyway.
Dude, no, let me ask you a question. Here's a good one. Here's a good question. Here's a really good one. When was the last time that you sat in a room full of people and somebody said, hey, did you catch that week of Raw? Did you catch Raw this week? The last time I remember that was when I was a little kid in 2001.
Yeah. 2007 maybe?
2008.
That's honestly it.
That pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
But that begs the question. And it's a question for all of us, and I wrote it down onto the list.
Go for it.
Would we consider WWE as an essential business?
No.
No.
And here's why. Here's why I won't consider.
Hold on. Let's get Casey. I want to get Casey in on here too.
Sorry, I've been asleep the past.
Is WWE considered as an essential business?
It shouldn't be.
No.
Okay. So all four of us on here agree, and if you disagree, you can write it in the comments below if you happen to disagree with this topic, and that's fine. You have the right to your own opinion, and we have the right to ours. Well, from our perspective as individuals, it is ridiculous to have healthy, well-trained athletes go to the same facility every single week and possibly catch something that could kill them.
If they have a weakened immune system or are of the age where they could get killed by it.
So most
half their roster?
Yeah, pretty much half their roster.
Roman had the right idea. He's the only one that had the right idea. This is what fucking frustrates me. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna fucking say it because I think I've had all as and I said it in the chat. I've had all as it can fucking stand, and I can't stand any fucking more. At the end of the day, the athletes fucking matter. Without your athletes, you aren't a fucking billionaire. Period.
Exactly. And
so I'm encouraging if any wrestler from that fucking garbage company is listening to me right now, you do what I fucking do right now. And I hope everybody on the rundown, I hope everybody on NoDQ is fucking listening to me loud and clear. I boycott WWE. No Raw, no SmackDown, no NXT, no NXT UK, no 205 Live. I'm fucking done. I'm done. You could fucking shove it up your fucking ugly ass, because I ain't coming back until Vince is fucking passed. There's my fucking quote. Take that to the fucking bank. You think I fucking am bullshit right now? I have no desire to fucking tune into this fucking company right now.
Looks like
no fucking athlete should be working in this time. No one.
Looks like you'll never be watching WWE again, because I guarantee you, Vince McMahon has found the secret to immortality.
Good.
Yeah, that man should have been dead.
A fucking lettuce company go under, but as long as AEW's around,
that man should have
honest to God, I could give 2 fucks less.
That man should have been dead 6 times over at least by now.
Especially with the steroid addiction. But let me put it
like, CM Punk's shoot didn't kill McMahon.
Exactly. So why don't we skip the second and third topic, and we'll go straight to the fourth one, and then we'll go back to the first and second one.
Yeah.
The third and fourth.
Because considering they're not the only fucking business that's somehow deemed essential.
Yep.
Mike, I'll let you take over this one.
Okay, so we're going straight into it. So GameStop.
Why the fuck you lying?
Yeah.
Why you always lying?
GameStop. So, what are you doing?
So let me give you the 411 on this situation.
Mm-hmm.
GameStop has been telling their employees and their customers untrue facts. Let's go with the first one. This is the big one. They have sent out emails, and I received one a couple days ago. I don't know where I archived it, but I might be able to pull it up and be able to give it to James at some point. But pretty much it says, don't worry, our staff is cleaning these stores and making sure everything is all set and ready to go.
With now, what? Their own spit?
Exactly. One of the ex-GameStop employees that I happen to know, and James knows him, and I also know another one, and she is a very, very humble individual, have said, with what? And you know it's pretty bad when you hear the words, with what? This leads into Reddit forum that's out there as well that confirms this as well, from actual GameStop employees saying, we have no way to clean these stores. I don't know what they're talking about. We don't have any supplies. We're all part-timers, the only ones that are full of managers, which is fucked. The only reason why they do that is so that way they don't have to pay full-time benefits to anybody, except for managerial position, which I think they're even part-timers. But anyway, the second bit, there's a part...
reeks of bullshit.
But part two to this, dose of the situation, they have specifically had their employees given a list of things for them to say to police officers when police officers go to shut them down. And it reads, I'll paraphrase so that way it's just pretty much, GameStop is considered an essential business. If you have any problems, please contact the corporate office, yada yada. It's bullshit. It's just bullshit.
Right.
So, as of March, all the way up to now in April, they have been blatantly lying, and this probably is going to continue, to other individuals in offices about them being an essential business. Now, let me ask you a question, Casey. Is it going to kill you to have to order or pre-order a game online?
No.
No. Is it at that whole, oh, I like to go in, browse, take a look at what I want to buy, and then, walk out and be done with it? Yeah. Have a conversation with the cashier, have that.
That's what I've done. That's what I've done 100 times.
That's fine. But when it comes to pre-order shit, yeah. Amazon, Walmart,
eBay, even fucking
Target,
eBay,
Best Buy.
Target, Best Buy, Walmart, bigger mega stores are selling these things with pre-orders and pre-order bonuses and collector's editions and all that shit.
Continue Target, because I gotta get dinner. Pretty sure it's ready.
No, it's not a problem. So let's break it down. Casey, you worked at GameStop
for a brief period, but yes. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that's my favorite job I've ever had.
Oh, it's definitely a fun one. I can see why people would like it, but from other perspectives, managerial, and even you can agree, manager spot sucks.
Yeah, that's what my own manager Mark was saying. It sucks. Again, best boss I've ever had.
Yes,
such a chill guy, great to be around, great to work with. I would have gone back to him if I hadn't gotten the postal job.
Yes. But you can even agree with me that there are alternate experiences to what is actually going on.
Right.
Where you have the asshole, scumbag, douchebag boss who is, James, if you want, this would almost be the perfect time to pull up that 60 minutes thing and splicing that in from your college essay that you did. Let's start that right about now.
All right, did you watch it? Great.
Congratulations.
That's a fucked business.
Congratulations. You have seen the alternate side of the coin. We have Casey's side. We have Matt's side of the situation. Now you understand what's going on. So let's ask the question.
Not that everybody is treated badly, by the way.
No, exactly. But let's ask the question to you, the person that's watching this. Do you consider GameStop an essential business? If so, please explain why. If you agree with us that this thing should have been shut down months ago, And the only reason why they're staying open is so that way they could get Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, and get the profits on fucking Final Fantasy VII, then you agree with us. And that's good. And if you don't, that's also fine. But
here's the thing.
This is a scumbag, shitty business decision that can physically kill somebody that is working behind the counter. You know what's the dirtiest thing on the planet? The thing that exchanges hands more than anything else. The most disgusting thing you can carry in your pocket. The almighty dollar carries more germs on it than the back of a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you from experience, mail is a pretty close second.
Mail is a pretty close second because of how many hands that changes to.
Yeah.
But money's the big number one. Let me ask you a question right now, between all four of us. Have you, in the past couple days, received money from hand-to-hand action? Maybe the past couple weeks.
Last time that happened to me was about a month ago.
Last time that happened to me was a couple days ago.
Last time that happened to me was back in February.
Would you rather have all your money put on a card and then just dealing with the card?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right now? Yeah.
I would rather. Honestly, I would rather have card than cash. The only time I want to have cash is if it's like, I'm going on vacation. I want to budget myself. I want to make sure I have enough to do this, this, and this while I'm down there. That's the only time that you should be carrying cash. Everything else is a card swipe now. Just fucking give them a card. It's done and over with. Oh, this store has a $5 fee. Okay, cool. This, and this. Cool. $5. Here you go. They usually don't even care. They'll probably go up to. They'll even be fine with $4. It doesn't matter.
At least your card can be cleaned.
At least your card can be cleaned. At least those machines that you are swiping your card into, or even fucking inserting the chip, they can be cleaned.
Yeah.
But cash is the most disgusting thing in the world, and that's what GameStop's primarily deal with is cash now. So
and even then, they can't clean their stores like they supposedly said they're going to do. In that regard, no, it's never going to be an essential business. The fact that it's even classified as such means that there's full of fucking idiots.
James, you and I worked in a deli. How many times a day would you say you had to change gloves between packing and cutting meat?
Every single time.
About almost 70, 80 times a day. You would be switching gloves out. You would personally be going through like a box of gloves a day.
Yep.
On your going through.
Dude, it was main reason is because you can't touch cheese with meat hands ever.
It's cross contamination. You're fucked if you do it. It's one of those, dude. Out of all four of us in here, James and I can at least say that we know what it's like to have to deal with a job with sanitization.
Oh, you might as well count me into that too, because my current job has to deal with that type of stuff.
Yep, sanitization.
I think Casey kind of counts for that too right now, considering what they're doing at the post office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all four of us can at least sit there. I'm saying it from you and I's perspective of working behind the counter,
right?
Having to close that every single night.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of that idea and perspective. That's where I was coming from. Which is, you fucking dude. What was the first thing you would do every single day that you would get in there? You would go sanitize the machines and start cutting meat.
Yeah.
What would you do at the end of the night? Sanitize literally everything.
Yep, that's exactly what you have to do.
Literally
and that's what WWE is saying they're doing that.
I don't buy it.
I don't.
Not.
GameStop saying that they're doing that.
Here's the thing. Even if they were, it's already been proven that even if you sanitize everything, a physical activity should not be allowed. Wrestling should be way up there. And GameStop's a whole other fucking situation because of what Mike said, the fact that they have no cleaning supplies, nothing to fucking defend themselves from this shit. Anybody that works in GameStop, anybody that works in WWE, the bottom line is this. Fucking go on strike. Do what I'm doing with WWE, I want you guys to do the same thing. Fucking strike.
Just leave. No, don't even strike. Leave.
Leave. Straight up. Leave.
It's simple.
If you are being see, the WWE thing is one thing because of the fact that they've had about 60 years of being who they are.
Right.
GameStop has a thing of lying to authority figures about being an essential business.
Yeah.
Lying to the police. Lying to the cops, telling them, if you have a problem, please contact the corporate branch. Are you fucking high? Listen, I understand that GameStop is a dead business. That is a dead fucking business now.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a dead business. The only reason why they're continuously doing this now is because they know that right now they're making a fuck ton of money. How many people do you think are going stir crazy at home and going, I need to go out and buy myself the new Animal Crossing so that way I can make my animal friends and run a town and not be isolated in my home in the video game while being stuck at home and literally
they could have done that online. That's the thing. They could have done that online.
This whole thing could have been online transactions. Take 10% off. They would have made a fortune.
Yeah.
Honestly, just say, oh, everybody that's had a pre-order bonus for these games, we're going to take 10% off.
Here's the moral of the story. Don't be a fucking idiot.
Don't be
a Vince McMahon.
Don't be a fucking GameStop executive.
Just don't do this dumb shit. That's all it is.
I think the bottom line is don't be greedy.
Yeah. Be human.
Detroit. Become human.
Come on down to Cleveland, anyone.
Come.
We're not Detroit.
Yeah. Speaking of garbage, James, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I will. Actually, before I do, I want to make a very clear statement. Because I know I made a statement for everybody in the rundown to hear when I said all that. Owen, this does not mean I'm not editing the rundown. I know we had that confusion last time. I'm still editing it. Just do not bring me on for anything WWE related. I'm fucking done. I'm done with it. I'll be on for the 200 special.
I love how
you know what? Actually,
I love how he had. I love how he had to go up front. I love how he had to go up front and say that.
I gotta make an exception to that. With one episode, I realize that 200's coming up. So if you happen to cover the WWE stuff, I'll fucking be on it with you. Just don't expect me to watch the shit.
So okay, James. All right. Here's what's going on, James. I want you to hear me out, okay, James? For the 200th episode, I want to put my fingers up in the air and shoot fireworks, and then what I want you to do from there is
Hey, Owen, question though: are you self-quarantining when you do it?
I have to constantly be self-quarantined. I'm a bird. I'm locked in my.
A better question is
Owen, you want to shoot fireworks out of your fingers?
8 hours long.
That's too.
My 200th episode is going to be 4 days in length. It's going to go.
Please don't ever do that again.
I'm going to be going over everything. I'm going to start from my baby pictures and make my way up to now. How I became the man that I am.
Oh my god! That reminds me of the call we were on a couple days ago when we were all throwing around these awkward pictures.
I really want to I want people to see what I was like when I was a little baby bird and what I look like now. It's
a night and day difference. You guys don't understand.
No. Listen to me, okay? I want listen. Hear me out here, okay? I want you to understand.
Why does he stutter? He doesn't stutter.
He does stutter. Do you know who he is? Absolutely, he stutters. Do you know how many times Owen fucking bounces all over his words like he's a god, like he's the little ball from fucking Disney?
And but he won't fucking trip over his words. I rarely hear him do that.
James,
you have not been listening to the same person we have you?
No. James, he is the equivalent of turning the key in the fucking ignition and hearing it go and not wanting to start.
Fuck that. Not that bad.
There's no. Are you sure? Listening to him for me.
I'm positive. I've heard.
Listening to him for me and Owen. This is not a knock on you. the listening to him for me is like listening to a motorcycle engine revving.
I've heard worse. It's not.
James, I'm gonna be 100% honest. There are some days I really wish you would put subtitles with like the fucking Disney Mickey Mouse word.
Hey kids, follow the bouncing bird.
Well, all right. Anyway, besides Owen thing, we're gonna talk about a guy. We're gonna go from a respected individual to a not so respected individual.
You done with your ice cream?
I regret that this is even a topic now, but here we go.
I mean, I can delete it. It's okay. We don't have to talk.
I'll talk about it because
No, you got James started now. He's gonna do it.
It's mainly because of Deji.
James,
Tried to talk with him and his family again.
I want you to hear me out.
Yep.
Have the ability to use the one-time only fuck this pass. I'll
use it. I will use it when I need to. I'll hold you to that.
We all get one a month, and it's the fuck this topic.
Yeah. Good.
Can we stack it if we've never used it?
No, you cannot stack. Listen, listen, we're going based upon punch-out rules, okay? You get hit once, all 3 stars gone.
All right, then.
All right, let's get this over with. Hey, Keemstar, you fucking prick.
No, James, you need a better way. Hold on, allow me. Hold on, allow me. Hold on, give me.
Hello, bald cunt.
Hold on, allow me, good gentlemen.
He's going for that.
Hey guys, it's me, your best friend, Killer Cumstar. I'm here to talk to you.
Hold on, wait, no. I have at least one of it. I have this nowadays. Just give me a minute here. There we go. All right. Let's get right into the cum stain. All right, there we go.
I'm glad you brought me on the show, James. I'm glad you.
I'm not even in the mood. Don't even do the impression. Don't even do the impression. I will get more. It's gonna rile me up even more, bro.
But I have a wooden spoon. It's a part of the gimmick.
First off, no, for real. This is a bit of a serious topic because of what he tried to do. Okay, normally I would never talk about this fucking gnome, but it's gotten to the point where I have.
Gnome is pretty accurate to describe this idiot.
He's a good gnome.
I have to fucking call him out.
He's not a elf. He's not a news reporter. He's a gafag. A gafag.
With a strong prejudice of a person named Alex.
Yes. Well, speaking of him and trying to ruin black people's lives, let's get to it. I don't know what gets him off to do this, but this is where I draw a fucking line and I need to fucking say something. I don't care if anybody wants... Okay. I don't care if you do family shit. Like, if you do drama shit, I should say. That's one thing. I'm not going to tune in. I know most of us aren't going to tune in. But if you're going to do it, whatever. Do not, under any fucking circumstances, try to tear a family apart for the sake of fucking views. That should just be an unwritten fucking rule. But not to fucking Daniel Keem! What this fucking idiot decides to do, instead of looking up his proper information because he has fucking heat with Deji for bullshit reason that happened fucking months ago, is he tried to start beef with his fucking brother again. Now, on the subject of COVID, Deji said he thinks he had it. He almost fucking died in his own house because he legitimately was having an asthma attack. Now, I'm not going to say he did or didn't. That is not my place, nor was it Keem's place to assume, nor was it fucking Cobbles' place to assume. But if he was that fucking scared, I'm not going to fucking shit on him for it. If he thought he was going to die, the dude was going to probably die. Now, it could have been a fucking anxiety attack for all I know, but that's besides all that. When that
That's besides the point.
KSI, around literally before the situation was even happening, made an Instagram post about somebody that had no relation to Dechi, saying some men will do anything for views, shaking my head. And being the clickbaiting cunt that he is, decided to take that screenshot and make it like JJ this time. I'll admit Deji has attacked JJ before, way back. Making it look like JJ was attacking Deji when that wasn't at all the fucking case. Fuck that. Fuck that nonsense.
So can we officially give him... Can we officially start our Hall of Assholes?
Yeah, he's the... Yeah, you know what?
We've got three inductees already: Vince McMahon, Donald Trump, and now Daniel Keene.
By the way, really quick thing. Daniel Keene is a DT supporter.
Good.
And is also getting sued for $3.5 million by a tattoo artist. Just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. Also because
if you're getting sued by a tattoo artist, you know you're a scumbag.
Bro, here's the thing about that. I will defend him a little bit there, because it turned out that dude was fucking sending inappropriate text messages to fucking girls, and that's just a no-no that were not legal age.
Text messages that were over 3 years old by the time that they actually went out.
Not to mention as well, that was classified information that shouldn't have even come out unless you went to the fucking proper authorities first in his fucking state of New York.
Which, by the
that job, you fucking idiot.
By the way, hold on.
I'm not shocked. This is the same
James,
guy.
shut up. Mike, go on.
The tattoo artist is from California.
Yes, he is. Regardless, he still fucking violated a bunch of laws, and I think both states. I think he violated it in California, too. I digress.
Anyway.
Mainly his rules in New York. Fuck this dude. Because this dude should not have any credibility anymore. This dude has messed up story after story after story, and these are like... And he's gotten a bunch of stories right before, but this is one of those things where he's just like, he's a clickbaiting fucking dude who will do anything for the fucking views. He doesn't give a fuck about proper journalism. If you truly give a fuck about this drama shit, really the right person to go to is Scarce.
Yeah, exactly.
Scarce will at least call it down the middle. Keem will not.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, tonight, the commercial tonight will be brought to you by Pringles.
No.
Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Once you pop, you just can't stop. Hold on.
Anybody else have any thoughts on the fact that he tried to just start bullshit with an entire family again?
I'm not surprised, to be honest. I barely know the guy, and I know that his shit is trash.
Casey, I know you barely ever pay attention to Keem, period.
I don't pay attention to drama on YouTube in general.
Would you agree?
Right.
Would you agree at the very least that the guy never should have even interjected himself and tried to start beef with family, and that should just be off limits?
Absolutely.
Get better walls.
My point.
Here, I got
Grow the fuck up. The fact that a guy who's younger than you, Keem, is saying that shit should fucking tell you all you need to know. Fucking gnome. Get in the fucking bin.
Speaking of bins, Kyle Larson.
What a segue.
I know, right? Kyle Larson is finally on some shit. So Kyle Larson, to those that are not familiar with it, which, by the way, just to let you know, I'm not a NASCAR fan. I was going
to say, isn't he a NASCAR driver?
I'm the NASCAR fan here.
And James didn't even know about this.
No, because I
had to literally look up video game news, and this was the first thing that popped up. I'm like, oh. God, the gods have graced me with this motherfucker. Oh man, I can't wait.
So for those who don't follow NASCAR, which is probably most of this audience,
Yeah.
They've been doing races. So that's their way around this whole thing going on.
They're fake races.
Races?
Listen, they've been playing Daytona USA a shit ton, okay?
Yeah.
Not even no, it's not Daytona USA. I think it's their new game. But
I'm just saying.
Oh, NASCAR Heat 3?
Yes. Yeah, NASCAR. Wow, he knew that's nuts. He knew the title right off the bat. Yes.
We're
NASCAR
video
Heat 3.
game nerds, idiot.
Well, no, I didn't know he knew the game right off the top of his head. Okay,
dude,
so
I've seen that game so often when I worked at GameStop.
Oh yeah, it's true. I didn't even think about
Never played it for myself. The last NASCAR game I played was the original NASCAR Heat.
Dude,
funnily enough,
my favorite incarnation in the NASCAR series. Since we're on that topic, NASCAR Thunder 2003 and NASCAR Thunder 2004.
Dude, the crash system, crash system in those games.
Yes. You know what I'm talking about. That was fucking... Dude, the best... I'm just going to sound morbid what I say here, but...
You put this thing... No, you punch that some bitch in reverse. And
hold on. Let me tell. Not only did I punch the shit in reverse... I punched Casey. You'll understand. I punched the shit in reverse on Tiburon Super Speedway.
Oh God!
Just got an entire 43 car pileup. Now keep in mind, this was on the lawn stretch, the fastest part of the fucking track.
Carnage for days.
Right when they were going to turn 3. They were going to turn 3. I'm reversing dead on, right into the leader. It caused a 43 car pileup. I literally skyrocket to the fucking to the ceiling of the game, and I crash right back down. My car somehow survives. What? I was in 43rd place. I wrecked everyone so fucking bad. I was able to bypass everybody and get first place.
Now, James.
It's a morbid story, but it's hilarious.
Now, allow me, good sir, to read.
NASCAR drivers were hurt in the making of this podcast.
Oh, no, NASCAR Thunder, how I need to play you.
So, our
just
little...
do the Chick Hicks method in Cars 1.
So, anyway.
Yeah. See, Nikos gets it.
But anyway,
so
continue.
Our top free agent in NASCAR, 27-year-old Kyle Larson, while playing the V Racing, whatever the fuck it's called, was caught midstream saying this, and I'm quoting it word for word. So if anybody gets pissed off, my apologies. I am going to be
it in case you fucking pansies get all pissed off about it.
We'll probably censor it either way. He goes, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?"
Yeah, that's word for word what he said. Now, keep in mind, when I say pansies, I know people don't, for some reason, and I don't get this because this was never the case. When you quoted somebody, it wasn't your words, but now because you even quoting the N-word is like a no-no.
Exactly.
So that's what I mean by that. I understand it's a bad word. I'm not going to stop him.
That is why we are quoting it, even though, let's be honest, the funniest YouTube video is the teacher who goes, "I didn't know the difference between He just doesn't know the difference, and that's like the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
This is what Larson decided to say, which I think is more frustrating for me personally than saying the word to begin with. I know a lot of people are going to look at me and go, "What the fuck?" But let me tell you what I mean by it. He goes, "I made a mistake." Said the word that should have never been said. There is no excuse for that. I wasn't raised that way. That's a lie because you used it.
Yeah, bullshit, Kyle.
I feel very sorry for my family, my friends, my partners, the NASCAR community, especially the African-American community. So, and I'm going to continue to read because I want to finish off his quote. "I understand the damage is probably unrepairable, and I own that, or I own up to that. But I just want to let you all know how sorry I am." And I hope everyone is staying safe during these crazy times. So the reason
he's blaming this on the situation.
No, he is attempting to do something that's worse, which is backpedaling the comment.
Yeah,
trying to create.
Yes, basically what he's saying is, you're both right.
Yes.
Basically, what he's doing is backpedaling by taking back what he says and blaming it on the situation.
Yes,
that's exactly what he's doing.
So
he's basically saying, "I'm sorry, but it's COVID's fault. Blame that motherfucker."
Now
I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry, James. The look on your face.
Now
that's what he did.
Listen, I'm going to say this because I have to say it. I am not of African American heritage, so that word does not personally affect me in any way, shape, or form. And I can understand why it could be considered as a heinous word as it is, and it's been used hundreds of times over. It's been used for the past 200 years, whatever. My major thing is the fact that if you say a statement and you say it, you fucking own it.
Yes.
And you go, yes, I said it. Why did you say it?
I admit I was an idiot back when I was a kid. You learn from your mistakes. You don't fucking pretend that they didn't exist and apologize profusely just so you can get your brand deals back and then blame COVID like he's a person.
The thing that really pisses me off, and I'm quoting him word for word, I feel very sorry for my family, friends, and my partners, the NASCAR community, especially the African American community.
I'm sure they don't.
Now listen.
I'm sure they're laughing at home.
Listen.
They're literally welcoming him probably with a bunch of belly laughs like, you fucking idiot.
You're an idiot. You are literally you are a multi-millionaire who gets to every single day sit in a car and drive on his widow twack for about 12 to 16 hours.
No, you're making it even you're making it even harder than it is right now. He was able to do it
from home. He got
to NASCAR Heat 3 and he rage quit. This is what happened basically. This is all he had to say.
It's a 13-second
management issues, and I get angry and I apologize for saying the N-word. That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say. That's what happened. That's what happened.
James,
but he's attempting to make it worse. But he really makes it better.
He thinks he's making it better, but he's really making it worse. The fact that you even have to all you would have had to say was, I said it because I was frustrated at the moment. I want to own up to this and try to get that out of my vocabulary. I think it's a terrible word. I know what the history behind it has, and I do want to apologize to the African American and the NASCAR community for saying that in a manner of frustration. That's all you would have had to say. The fact you're bringing your friends, family, and partners, which means your wife,
your African community too, on top of that.
That's worse.
And he made them last. Do you notice that? He made them last.
Yes, instead of making it first.
Oh my god, dude.
Honest
to God, can we call it what it is? I guarantee you that this is the real reason he got fired and not for the actual racist comment itself. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
I would have been like, dude, fuck off. Are you serious? Just own up to it. Own up that you were angry in the heat of the moment.
Exactly.
And apologize and don't blame it on. I cannot believe it. That's the thing that fucking gets me. He blames it on COVID.
Now, okay.
He's not the only one. There are people everywhere blaming it on COVID.
Now, hold on for a second. Originally, he was suspended without pay from NASCAR. Then he lost his sponsorships to McDonald's, Capital One, banking, and all that
other crap.
And Fizzies. So he lost those. They're gone.
Yeah.
It's still the fact that number fucking 42.
The answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Yes, Mr. Number 42 here on the NASCAR track. The sponsored NASCAR fucking driver, Kyle fucking Larson that he even got a frame in his head that he got angry at a video game and decided to go, I'm going to say the N-word. And then
child.
Now listen. I get it. I've had video game rage. I understand. It's okay to be pissed off.
Why is that a popular thing? You know what I just realized? Why is that a popular thing?
What, gaming rage?
No, as in like when you're specifically in gamer rage though. This specific trait of it, where you get so angry
that you start spewing out racial slurs.
Start spewing racial slurs. And it's not just reserved to the N-word. I've heard spewed out. I've heard all these derogatory things spit out.
You're gonna have to censor that word that you just said.
Yeah, I'll censor it.
But
go. It's like they use all these derogatory words that are horrible.
See, why can't we?
And I never understood why, because I don't think I've ever done that in a gamer rage. Ever.
So James, can you just do me a favor and just censor the entire screen for like the next 5 seconds?
Yeah, go for it.
See, nobody gets to use the creative ones like.
Wait. I have a statement, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to formally apologize to Vince McMahon. It wasn't actually me talking when I said I'd piss on your grave. It was actually it's just COVID-19 stressing me out, man. It's just stressing me out. I mean, I'm so sorry. Yeah. No. Nah.
Okay, I understand. Listen, we're all in a stressful situation right now. We're all really upset and mad. We can't leave our houses. Motherfucker, I went down to the store today so I can drink some Mountain Doodles. And eat my sponsored gas. Oh no, he's gone. Listen, James. Okay,
I broke case.
Shit, we
James,
scared him away.
Can you do me a favor when you're editing this so that way I can have my funny moment?
Welcome back, Case.
Okay.
Very confused. What's happening?
Everybody chill. James, you can cut this out, but I want you to do me a favor.
Go.
I want you to put Kyle Larson's face where my face is, while I am holding up the Pringles can and the Mountain Dew bottle right now. Okay, that will be the thumbnail.
Cue the Larry David.
That's going to be the thumbnail.
That's going to be the So anyway,
that would be a great meme right now. I hope somebody actually makes it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So anyway, that's Kyle Larson. He's an idiot. His team is going, well, we'll take him back, obviously, because he's a good driver.
No, you won't, because NASCAR fired him, and you're not getting him back for at least a good 6 months.
This motherfucker is a 6 career cup winner.
Yeah.
And
now, hold on. No. Okay, I want to point this out. We're not saying that he can't come back. I want to very much preface that, because there's a lot of people that were racist that changed their ways. They're deserving of a chance. As far as we know, this is like the first public issue, so whatever.
Looking at you, Richard Petty. No, I'm kidding.
You should just stay the fuck out. Unless you're gonna get the word out of your vocabulary, you can go.
Dude, listen. I have said specific words when I get angry. Very, very many slurs have been tossed. Usually I like to use fake anger, where you can obviously tell I'm not pissed off and angry, but I want to pretend that I'm pissed off and angry. So that way this person who is sitting next to me on her phone, who isn't paying attention to me right now, give me attention. To make her laugh her ass off. So I'll be sitting there going, this motherfucker! This fucking piece of shit! I'm gonna come into his house and pee on him while he sleeps.
I said that, and I meant every word of it when I said
it. I know, right? So anyway,
well, the funny thing is, if you play in Skyrim, you can actually do that.
Well, you can't piss on somebody's face.
I'm gonna create Vince McMahon now in a mod and have my his grave. That way I never have to get arrested, and I can piss on his grave in Skyrim.
James, hear me out. James, hear me out. You can already play Triple H from the start of the game.
Great. I can use Triple H to piss on Vince's grave.
Dude, all you have to do is select the first Nord. Done. That's all you have to do. It's the first option, and then you just pick the hammer. So, okay.
I know what I'm going to be. I know the first thing I'm going to be doing when quarantine's over.
This is for WrestleMania 12, Pop.
So you're finally awake.
Hey yo, Pop. This is for taking all my NXT guys and burying them, pal.
What's poppin', homie?
You sure that's Triple H or Van Dam?
I think that's everybody now.
That was Van Dam.
Everybody's gonna get a little bit stoned to be happy. So anyway,
I would not feel so all alone.
We're gonna be changing topics here. We're gonna be taking the gear from Drive and put that motherfucker from 10 to 11, and we're gonna be talking about Doom Eternal. So Casey,
hold on. Let me do the theme proper.
Anyway. Is that the sound of 1,000 nerds fapping at once in the distance going, "It is him! It is the Doomslayer! He has come! And we want to watch him do it!"
No, James, I got the theme song for Doomslayer.
Austin.
Oh, wrong one. Fuck.
That's not getting cut. That's staying in.
That is staying in.
Come on, man. I don't want third party in case we actually are able to make money off this somehow.
Yeah, don't actually do it. We'll just put James, just put a fucking Doom MIDI, and then we'll all just kind of sit here stone-faced. And that's good enough. Cool. Anyway, so Doom Eternal.
Very, very good game. Very enjoyable game.
It is.
Mike, just for the record.
Oh yeah, done. Doom Eternal is absolutely better than 2016.
Yeah.
Is a continuation of Doom all the way from the original game, and adds so much to the world. It's not even funny.
Also, don't risk yourselves and just order it online, people, please.
Yeah. Just if you need a physical copy, just do it through Amazon.
Yep. If you want a physical copy, just fucking listen. Digital download it. Honestly,
and
just
if you're somewhere in the Massachusetts area, maybe Casey will be the one to deliver it to you via contactless delivery if they're doing that. I don't know.
They're trying to where they can. Yes,
yep.
But
there you go. Maybe.
So anyway,
Clorox it down just to be safe.
Yeah.
So anyway, why don't we, Casey, because you and I are huge Doom fans. I've been playing Doom since, Doom 3. But I started.
Funnily enough, that's the first Doom I remember playing full on. Thank you. Yes, for PS3 in like 2012 or 2013. And
actually, for me, it's not Doom 3. That's the time period. But I remember as a kid, my dad had a floppy disk, and on that fucking floppy disk was Doom.
I was gonna say, the only time I've ever played Doom was the original, but it wasn't the original really. It was the modded.
Brutal Doom. Brutal Doom.
Shit was fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Rip and tear.
The only first-person shooter I've ever truly liked, to be honest.
It's a good game. Here's the whole thing. Doom makes you feel. How do I describe it? Doom makes you feel fucking powerful. Like you can take on the world.
Well, Call of Duty Black Ops wishes that.
No, what Call of listen. Doom is what I'm gonna call your shmup shooter.
Yes.
It is made primarily there to entertain the shit out of you and to challenge you.
And for Azers to do Cleveland Brown impressions. I'll be right back getting more pizza.
Yeah. But it's more the fact that with Doom Eternal, we're finally getting I would say the logical conclusion of Doom Guy's story. If they decide to continue this, I hope they do, because there's so much more that you can do. But spoiler alert, which I know James has walked away from the thing, but we're probably going to put the time code here to tell you guys that to skip to here if you don't want Doom spoilers, because we want to be that type of group that isn't going to fucking spoil the game for you. So we'll wait a couple seconds. So, Nikos, do you know who the Doom Slayer really is?
I saw a couple of videos of it. Wasn't he like a slave or like a barbarian slave? Or
He's the original Doom guy from
really?
the first Doom.
Yeah.
So that means
may I, Mike?
You go for it.
That means Doom 64 is actually canon.
So that
Which is why it's a pre-order bonus.
Yes.
For Doom Eternal. So here's how this works. It's Doom, Doom 2, Plutonia, Doom 64, Doom 2016, Doom
and then Doom Eternal. If you want to throw Doom 3 in parentheses somewhere, if anything, it's really not more than a retelling. It's like basically a reimagining of the first.
No, because remember, you need to remember this one important thing, Case.
All right, Doom 3 actually takes place on Mars.
Doom 3 actually takes place on Mars. And if you remember the big part, Doom Guy is in a fucking what do you call it? A stone carving holding a cube.
Oh, right, the Soul Cube.
The Soul Cube,
yes.
which later appears in Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal.
What happened now? What did I miss?
So, okay, here's what you missed. James, I'm going to have to ask you to do the time code thing for obvious reasons. To skip from such and such time to such and such time.
Oh, yeah, that's why I haven't even posted the first of it. I need the time codes.
Yeah. So anyway, here's the thing with Doom Eternal. It's finally confirmed that the Doom Slayer from 2016 and Doom Eternal is the original Doom guy from the original Doom series. He is straight up the same fucking dude. He's been killing demons for like almost 200 plus years at this point. He is a massacring monster destroyer. He is the crusher of the obsidian pillars.
Of the blood temples.
Of the blood temples. This is the man who kills the icon of sin. This is the man...
Twice.
Yes.
Twice.
The most Christian game imaginable.
Thrice. Yeah, honestly, you rip and tear until it is done. So, here's the cool thing with it, James.
The ripping and the tearing.
So that means that Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 2 Plutonium, Doom 64, Doom 2016, and Doom Eternal are a part of one storyline of Doom Slayer, starting from I think it's Phobius.
Phobos.
Phobos,
Deimos, and then the Shores of Hell.
Then Hell. Then to Mars in 2016, back to Earth, because he goes into Doom. In Doom 2, he goes to Earth. Now he's back on Earth. And in Doom 64, he decides to say, fuck this, I'm going into hell and I'm going to massacre every last one of them. I'm going into hell and I'm going to kill them. So probably for like the past 200 years, he has been massacring demons. In Doom 3, however, he is a stone carving in a wall holding a cube, which later appears in 2016 and such. So the Doom Slayer has some fucking history, and I love that we can finally say that he is the Doom Slayer. And I think the most badass thing about it is how much extra lore there is with the situation, meaning that the Doom Slayer is a super nerd.
As he should be.
He's a super nerd. Let me explain. Casey, do you know about the pop figures that you can collect in-game?
Yes.
You know what that means, right? He's got a book on how to spruce your mustache by Markiplier's father.
Yeah, his
Are you
father's in the
serious?
game.
That's in the game. Mark's dad is eternalized in Doom Eternal.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so sweet.
He made a video about it.
Yeah, he made a video about it because his dad's officially in Doom. Which means that his dad, in an alternate timeline, writes a book on how to properly comb your mustache. Which is really super funny. Yeah, it's awesome.
He was a World War II veteran too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was a World War II veteran that loves Doom, which is awesome. Rip and tear until it is done. The cool part is the really interesting part about this game is mobility. This fucking game's mobility is ridiculous. Doom 1, it's a lot of trying to figure out how to circle strafe around opponents to shoot multiple rockets and kill as many demons as you possibly can. In this game, it's all about fucking mobility. And I mean ridiculous mobility. Such as your super shotgun with a fucking grappling hook launcher on it. The ability
The Legend of Zelda-ing it.
No, dude, it's worse.
No, I'm kidding.
I want you to imagine Scorpion's spear, except it pulls you towards them.
Yeah.
With a double barrel fuck you blasting shotgun.
And
so instead
of
James,
wait. And if you upgrade it enough, the grappling hook will actually set the demon to which it clings on fire.
So what you're saying is, instead of get the fuck over here, it's get the fuck over there.
No, instead of get the fuck over here, it's I'm coming for you, bitch. Doom Guy has a huge arsenal in this game. It's fucking massive. The Icon of Sin is a full actual boss fight in a big fucking arena and is as a nightmare as he should be to fight one-on-one. And it's amazing. This game's storyline is fantastic. Like, there's a couple minor holes that I think that they're going to probably fix with later installments of the game, but it doesn't suffer from the Wolfenstein problem where BJ Blazkowicz will get crippled through most of the game.
For some reason.
And throw hatchets at fucking Nazis. Speaking of hatchets. Casey, have I showed you this yet? I'm pulling it up live on this. I don't give a fuck. James, if you want to cut this part out, you can, because I've already shown this image. Who's BJ Blazkowicz now?
Oh, I don't care if you show it.
I can't.
It's an axe into a tree that Mike did it.
I'm throwing hatchets, dude. Even in Wolfenstein, I'm throwing hatchets at things. And if you're Casey, you know Mike likes to do slide hatchet throw into Nazi crotches.
Because it's the silliest thing ever.
It's the stupidest thing ever. But I will be known.
Effective.
Yes, but I will be known as the Dick Slayer.
Pillars of the blood penis.
Why the blood penis?
Because I said balls.
Wait, what does that make? Wait. Then that means women are the most dangerous thing in Doom because they're, they have their period.
Why do you think?
If it's Doom, then you're right.
The blood vagina.
Yo, James. Why do you think the art? Yo, James.
Yeah.
James. Why do you think for years? Why do you think for years the Archvile was regarded as female?
By the way, fuck that boss.
Yeah.
Fuck that entire character.
Hold on. I know why. I know exactly why. Bitch.
I really hope somebody fucking turns this into a thing where you just hear,
and then he came. He was the Dick Slayer. He's gonna kill your penis.
So the Dick Slayer just turned into Dr. Claw?
I mean, dude, that's literally the voice when you say
let's be honest.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Fucked up.
I'll pay my taxes next time, Gadget. Next time.
So
I'll get
my unemployment check next time, Gadget. Next time.
God.
So Casey,
Yep.
how is Doom?
I am a fan. I am a fan. I am absolutely a fan.
No.
3 fans in a row.
No.
That's
Casey.
great.
Casey,
Just Photoshop 3 handheld fans over my face.
Yes, big huge fans.
Hold on, wait a minute. You don't need to.
Casey.
My biggest fan. Damn it, James.
Bitch, joke's on you. My biggest fan.
God damn it.
So, Casey.
Yo.
Bullshit aside.
I'm sorry, I can't with that look on your face.
Do it. How is do it? How is as Nico looks like he's being absorbed in the holy light?
No, he went. Dude, Mike, that's opposite serious face. You just want do it.
Yeah, I know, right? But Casey, heavy metal aside,
yes.
How is Doom Eternal?
Oh, it's amazing. It's cathartic. That's probably the best word I can use to describe it. Is cathartic.
No. I want you to give me actual emotion, not vocabulary. You need to look at the camera dead in the face.
I need you to stab yourself, rip out your entrails while you're crying out in joy.
For Doom Eternal.
Rip and tear until it is done.
Okay, to every single mother, please protect your child.
I just for the record, I like Doom Eternal, but the views of the Indy Force do not reflect my views. I just want to point that out there.
Hey, sorry, you're stuck with us now.
Hey, James?
Mm-hmm.
Casey, what's your next topic?
Why did you call on me?
Just to get you to just emotionally shut down for a couple seconds and go, oh, what the fuck is he gonna say to me? Oh God, what the fuck is he gonna say to me? And it's just, so Casey, what's your next topic? Because you have one that's on the list that you want to do.
You just gave me the biggest mind fuck, and I'm fucking operating on like 3 hours of sleep.
Mind freak.
Did you say? Are you ready? Did you say mind fucking?
No, that's for later on Pornhub. Anyway,
the Indy Force on Pornhub.
Oh Jesus! You know what's sad? You know what's sad? We probably make more money on there than we do currently on here, which is like nothing.
Dude, that
I was
means
about to say, like, you guys get paid?
No. Dude, you know what that means you get to do for the thumbnail? You could just put the picture of the Dick Slayer.
No, it's
This is a romantic joke to the audience.
Oh yeah.
Suck my dick, man.
Suck my dick, yo.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be, yo.
Yeah.
You should have gone for the head, yo.
Okay.
So, Casey, you had a topic. What is your topic?
You get to talk about what we talked about the other day, which is Final Fantasy.
Well, it would specifically have been the remake of 7, but apparently I missed the conversation about that. So I said we just skip straight into. Final Fantasy in general.
Is this the real life, or is this Final Fantasy VII remake amazing?
Well, that commercial was so incredible.
Isn't there a commercial for FF7R that has a takeoff of Bullet with butterfly wings?
Yes, there is. Pretty sure there is.
Listen, boys, when you get to Midgar and you get to look at the first Mako reactor that you get to physically see in game, a part of your soul will go, Oh, that's a skybox.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really fucking pretty skybox.
Your soul will just be like, all right, I'm just gonna head out for a bit.
I'm a peace out.
I'll see you later, or maybe not.
You guys continue talking about. I'm sorry. I'm concerned for my parents.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So anyway, so with Final Fantasy on the brain, when did you guys come into the series?
It's like watching fucking Bald Bull like try to get over into his opposite corner to do his rush punch special. That's what it looked like.
We go from Final Fantasy to Mike Tyson's Punch Out. What the hell?
Fucking Bald Bull. My first experience with Final Fantasy would have to be 7. My God, that game was the hardest thing in the world for little Pooh Babby Mike. Dude, without a walkthrough, without a guide.
Oh, it's brutal. It is not easy.
Especially when you go to it's way later in 7. And what the fuck can I really spoil? That game's like 20 years old now. So
yeah.
Spoilers, go fuck yourself. That game's 20 years old. You've had 20 years to play it. Get over yourself. Listen, the whole game you can probably get on an emulator on some website on the internet. So what I'm trying to say is, do you remember the optional fight that literally gives you nothing in 7?
It's one of the weapons, isn't it?
No, it's not one of the weapons. It's one of the ones where Barrett absolutely will be the last party member that survives.
Oh, fucking Barrett.
Yeah.
Barrett just... Oh.
So good.
He's thick, and he's ridiculous.
You less.
That's kind of the point.
Just in case
anyway.
People were kind of confused with Dick.
No. I mean, we've already talked about it.
Well, okay. Okay. In James's defense, there are some people out there that are that easily confused.
He's gonna fucking die on this podcast.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm pretty much one of them.
James, can you do me a favor? Every single time I say the Dick Slayer specifically in that voice, can you start BFG edition? Just have it play.
Don't you mean BFG Division?
Yeah, I just said that. BFG edition.
You said edition.
Oh, did I say edition?
BFG edition.
Said edition.
Okay? To be fair, division edition. I'm gonna drink this shit. Hold on now.
Addition, subtraction, division, multiplication.
BFG multiplication. Oh my god, that sounds like a speedrunning glitch.
Poisoning now.
BFG expedition.
Wait a minute.
BFG expedition.
Wait a minute. Is Mako poisoning just fucking getting diabetes from Mountain Dew consumption?
Yes.
Possibly.
And on that note, Nikos, your first experience with Final Fantasy?
Hold on, Casey, I can't leave yet. I gotta get Mako poisoned. Give me a second.
Sure.
Why did you mute your microphone?
What? He did.
What the fuck happened?
He did.
He died. He died.
Muted his mic.
Mike has left the
party. Fuck off.
We're gonna have to take a fucking.
What the fuck?
You mad bastard.
I really hope you put that in the video and not the text because I fucked it up because I was trying to type really quick. But please put Mike has left the party and like Final Fantasy text on the side of the screen.
I get it. Oh, I just got it.
Mike has left the party.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Mickey has left the party.
Oh, I heard that you people were playing with your Doom penises. What are you doing?
No, we're talking about a better fucking. Let's not talk about fucking Final Fantasy PG. All right, let's talk about actual Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy rated G.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, you're heartless. Great. That means you're better. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, Nikos, your first experience with Final Fantasy?
To be honest, I haven't played any of the Final Fantasy games.
Really?
The one I remember playing distinctly was 15.
Yep. Honestly, I think it's one of the best narrative Final Fantasy games for the fact that you get to understand the characters more in your party in that game than any other, till 7th, obviously.
15 is the recent one, right?
15 is one of the most recent
15 is the go out with your friends and go camping simulator.
Which one is the one that Matt played all the time?
That's 15.
15.
That's 15, yeah.
I think I remember
that's
going
the
to
one I
South
actually
Carolina.
played and watched Matt play mostly.
You mean the one where Matt cried his eyes out at the ending because it started playing Stand By Me and he started fucking getting emotional?
Yes.
Did that really happen?
Dude, that's the opening fucking thing of the game.
Oh,
The
I
ending of
also-
the game is redoing the fucking intro of the game again. So, so that way you can do 100% playthrough in case if you've missed anything, you get to do the game all over again from the beginning.
The other thing is,
all you hear is in a black screen, you hear, push the damn car already, and you're like, oh, that's the intro cutscene of the game, and then it starts the game over.
I have the weirdest story of how I even knew what my fucking fans.
Go for it. I have Mako poisoning. Go for it.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, you sure?
It's hot in here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna strip down a layer. A layer. I'm stripping off a layer.
Okay.
Like onions have layers. Ogres have layers.
Anyway.
You get it. We both have layers.
So, Casey, you're going to want to pay attention because this is pretty fucking funny. So, I don't remember what the series was called, but I remember I was the big... This is the kind of nerd I was, so you know immediately what kind of nerd I was back when I was a kid. But, I was a huge Newgrounds nerd, so I'd watch a lot of fucking Newgrounds. And
Hey, we all had that phase.
And one of the series.
Is it Awesome Fantasy?
No, not at all. So it was a Mario thing.
Super Mario Brothers Z.
Big ass Mario fucking geek.
Super Mario Brothers Z.
No, not even that. Not even that. It was a whole different Mario series, and it involved Link, and him and Link fought for some damn reason, and for whatever reason.
That's how it created Toon Link?
No. For whatever reason, Sonic and Knuckles were bad guys. And they were helping out Sephiroth.
Sephiroth.
Now, mind you, I have no idea who Sephiroth is.
Top 15,
I had no idea who he is. Until the very end of this thing, where they pretty much reenact the fight between Cloud and Sephiroth, because Cloud comes out of nowhere and just kills Sonic and Knuckles with his big ass fucking sword.
You know, somebody out there,
I'm just like,
somebody out there is definitely writing in the comments going, "My childhood," and I'm just sitting there going, "The fuck?"
And I'm just like, I was looking at Cloud, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this dude?" And then it got further and further, and he had like of course, Cloud had the best fucking dialogue of the whole fucking thing.
Even though,
and I'm just looking at him, and I'm like,
he's a piece of shit.
Cloud's so fucking cool.
Yeah,
and that was my first experience of anything Final Fantasy related. It was from Mario, of all fucking things.
Yeah.
Now, here's one thing that I can say.
Go ahead.
Final Fantasy is one of those series that you can be a fan of, or you cannot be. It's one of those things that's very niche and very specific to the individual. Right. But if you are looking for captivating gameplay, interesting characters, and a huge fucking world to run around, it's Final Fantasy all the way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like Final Fantasy VII is going to be the biggest map ever.
Absolutely. Which leads me into my first experience with the series, which is probably going to sound like blasphemy to some of y'all.
Is it 13 or is it 8?
Neither. It's 10.
10. FF10. Would that be
That's Titus.
That is Titus. Is it Titus?
Yep.
No, wait, hold on. Here comes the big question. Is it Crow laughing Titus? Or
yes.
the later remake edition where he doesn't do the Crow laugh anymore?
No, it's Crow laughing Titus.
Oh, the greatest version of Titus. So, I don't hate FF10. I really don't. I think it's a good game. But that last fucking boss fight, dude.
Is bull.
Is when you're on the airship. I don't think it's a last boss fight, but it's up against this huge fucking monster that's outside of your ship, and you have to go one-on-one against it. Couldn't beat it.
Funny story about that. I actually know what you're talking about, and the only reason I know was because I played it, is because my brother played Final Fantasy X and raged every night trying to beat
that boss. That boss, if you get into the room without saving prior, like going up and not going to save prior, you're fucked. There is no way.
I remember. It was like late at night. I'm trying to go to sleep for school, and all of a sudden I hear waking me up out of fucking nowhere. I forgot to hit save, and I'm like, what happened?
Now, there's one thing that I can say about Final Fantasy. So my first one I actually played is FF7. The first one I ever beat was FF8. And that kind of leads me into the whole category of I love Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. Because I love that character design, plus his weapon is a gun blade. It's mixing my two favorite things into one weapon, so... It's a 6-shooting revolver that's a sword. Right. That's right up my alley. That's pretty sick. Even though it is obviously the inferior game next to 7, because 7 is the fucking bar of Final Fantasy. If you can't even touch that bar, what's the point?
Right.
It's the big one.
Question is, so they're doing this remake. I feel like this is probably a legitimate question. Because it's being hyped up as so fucking masterfully, engineered and all this stuff with the biggest map and everything, could there be a possibility, because I'm not saying it will, that the game could be overhyped and fail to meet some expectations?
Here's the whole thing.
There is a slight possibility about that, but go ahead, Mike.
James, I'm gonna give you an example with the first chapter of the game.
Right.
I think it's probably, it's second chapter of the game, because the first chapter is the Maka Reactor, the second chapter. Here's where I know that this game is going to be Game of the Year for soundtrack, Game of the Year for being Game of the Year, and Game of the Year when it comes to gameplay. When you are walking... so here's what happens, storyline, so that way you know what's happening. Cloud, Barrett, Jesse, Wedge, and Biggs go into the Maka Reactor and blow it up.
Right.
I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but that's pretty much what happens. There's obviously more to that, but you can look that up in your own free time. After all that, when the explosion happens, what happens is it starts burning the upper dish town that's located near the reactor. So Cloud is walking through the city streets of the upper dish and is hearing each individual piece of dialogue from every single human being that is on the streets trying to figure out what to do next. And it feels real. Wow. It's that one simple moment when you're walking around and you go, oh my God, I did this.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of it feels real.
Now, I have to stop there. And I have to say this. When you finally get to the Sephiroth moment, and he looks at you dead in the face, and he starts talking to Cloud one-on-one, and you start seeing flashbacks of Cloud as a kid, him meeting fucking Tifa for the first time. Tifa is a little girl, Cloud is a little kid. And hearing
Tifa, oh man.
Yeah. And you're hearing Cloud's mom get killed by Sephiroth in Nibelheim as it's getting burned to the ground.
Not to mention Tifa's dad.
Yeah, Tifa's dad as well. Which is why I will say absolutely that Cloud and Tifa are the sole companions for the rest of the franchise. They are the best friends forever. Ideology with those two. When Cloud...
Why don't they date?
Because Aerith exists.
Right, I know.
And when Cloud attempts to go for a slash, Sephiroth disappears because he wasn't there to begin with.
Right.
Sephiroth's in his head. Well, at least it's what we're made to believe.
What?
And then when you're leaving that alleyway and you start walking back, you hear the FF7 version of Promised Land from Advent Children play while you're trying to get to the train station and make your way to the slums. And you're like, holy fuck, this game's fantastic. And listen, if there was ever a like, obviously the first game is going to take place all in Midgar. Midgar is fucking huge. Midgar is going to take you about 28 hours to get all the way through. That's a big fucking game.
That whole map itself.
For Midgar, Midgar is a city. It's a living. You can, when you're walking around it, you can feel a living, breathing organism that's covered in metal. But you understand the people that live
basically
there.
they tried to modernize it and did it perfectly by making it like the New York City of the franchise.
It already was.
Yeah.
This city is a super city, a utopia city in concept, but it isn't. It has everything that you would expect. The high class, the workers for the big corporation, shit like that, they all live up there. And Cloud we get to finally meet. And Casey, I don't know how far you know about what's going on in the game. You good?
Casey?
I can't hear him.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to talk to my sister.
Okay. How far have you gotten into, or at least know, of FF7 so far?
Not very much. I got a chance to see towards the end of the game earlier today when I was in Dartmouth, visiting my friend John. Specifically, the group was starting to make their way through Shinra headquarters.
Yep. So they
and
could get
the first, Yep. And well, actually, Aerith was with them. And,
but you still get Red 13, which is one of the coolest game characters in the whole game.
Yep.
But so you don't know about you, Wedge, Biggs, and Jesse going back up to the upper plate and going to Jesse's house.
No.
Okay, so here's what happens.
Wait, why are we spoiling it?
Oh, it's not really a spoiler. It's a minor.
How many years?
This isn't in the original.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a remake.
No, James. This isn't in the original game, and I'm not really spoiling anything. This is put in this game to get some story stuff in.
Okay.
For the side characters. So you go with Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge. Which Biggs and Wedge are absolutely based off the Star Wars characters, Biggs and Wedge.
Because, of course, they are.
Of course they are. They're in every single Final Fantasy game. There's always going to be a Biggs and Wedge. So you go with Jessie. You get to go to her house in this game. You get to see her dad, who used to work at the reactor plant, laying in bed trying to recover from fucking Mako poisoning. Now, keep in mind, I have to say this because it's important. Do you want to know what character in the Final Fantasy VII party gets Mako poisoning? In case you don't spoil, I want to have these two guess.
I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
Okay,
remember, I'm still, even though I know Cloud and all these other guys, I'm still relatively new to this. So,
Nikos?
I'm new at this as well.
Well, James accidentally guessed it correctly.
What?
It's
Cloud gets poisoning.
Yeah, like right before the last third of the original game, he gets locked in a Shinra tank and gets Mako poisoning.
And then Cloud is unused for the rest of the game. Almost the
rest of the game.
Do your research, kids.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Mako poisoning is shitty. Because
Mako poisoning is nothing to mess with.
Yeah.
No. And what happens is, so just like Chrono Trigger, where Chrono dies, which, by the way, no spoilers on that. Fucking, it's time travel. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Cloud gets Mako poisoning is unused. Like, you can't use him. So that's what I'm trying to figure out from my mental perspective of how they're going to do that. How the fuck are they going to have Cloud come back? Because he gets Mako poisoning, dude. He's useless. Like, he gets put in bed. You're using fucking Barrett, Tifa. Aerith's dead.
Yeah. Aerith's got a katana through her spine.
Yeah, and dead. You have Sid, Red 13.
And Yuffie Kisaragi.
Yes, and I think that's all you get up to that point because you don't get Valentine. I know that you're probably going to get mandatory Vincent Valentine in this game.
Yeah, he's optional in the original.
But
you can get him. I believe you can get him before you even go to Wutai. But
yeah, you can get him early. But the problem is the fights in that house are really fucking hard.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, James, because I don't know how much you know about Epic 7.
Relatively little, other than the fact that I know Cloud is a badass, and
Cloud's an edgelord, but yes, he is a badass.
Cloud isn't.
He's the only edgelord badass to ever exist.
No. He's not an edgelord or a badass. He's a big fucking dork who tries to act cool.
Oh, so he's us.
No, but it's more the fact. Like, let me put it like this. Let me put this in perspective. Cloud straight up knows that he's trying to act cool. He's self-aware of his actions, and it's super funny. Like, he'll be sitting there. He's the type of dude that will lean up against the wall, and then when everybody leaves the room, he goes and plays darts. Just to be the big fucking dork in the room.
Either that or pinball, should they have a pinball table in the room.
So, Casey, so we know that summons exist. Ifrit has already been confirmed. Shiva's already been confirmed.
Yeah.
In the part of the game.
I remember seeing the fat chocobo summon.
Yep. Yeah, all the DLC summons. But here comes the question. What's going to be the most expensive cutscene in this game?
Probably.
I mean, I
think
the whole game is just an expensive cutscene at this point.
James,
no, that's Metal Gear Solid.
9 hours of cutscenes.
Get it correct, James. That's Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Actually, Casey,
I have to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
allow me to, Casey. I hate to spoil it to you, but this game is as long as a Metal Gear Solid game when it comes to cutscenes. This is 9 hours of cutscenes.
Cloud from Final Fantasy has to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
So let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. Summons are now like in fights. So that means Titan is going to fight with you in combat. Alexander is going to fight with you in combat. Odin is going to fight with you in combat.
I like Odin.
They're all whooping your ass in combat.
Well, you only get one summon to use at a time. Because you have to balance it. So, Casey...
You talk about combat, the one time I wish I could just play the 18 theme right now.
Yeah, right. But here's the one thing I can't say, Case. What the fuck is it gonna be like when you get Knights of the Round?
Oh God.
Uh-huh. Knights. So if you and Nikos have no idea who that is, Knights of the Round is is called Ultimate End for a reason. Knights of the Round is, and I'll pull the image up so that way, James, you can use it in the show as a kind of reference point for who Knights of the Round are.
Don't screen share just because it could boot.
Oh, I'm not gonna screen share. I'm gonna just put it in the chat so that way you can use it later and you can give it like a cool background because I got a PNG image of it. Yeah.
Do that.
So here is how many members that are in Knights of the Round. And I just put the image up right now, so you should be able to appear soon.
Nice.
Please click enlarge the image. And I saw Nikos' face like, holy fuck, that's a lot of members. James, please click the image and blow it up on your screen. I need you to see every...
I just did. It's cool.
Knights of the Round is, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,
13.
12, 11. Yeah, 13 fucking people that are going to appear at once, and they're going to beat the shit out of you.
Now that's a statement.
12, a central figure surrounded by 12 fellow soldiers.
Oh God,
that's not a Christ analogy at all.
Fuck off.
Now,
granted, being called Knights of the Round, I get they were probably going more for King Arthur.
They're definitely going for King Arthur. It's Arthur in the middle there. But here's the whole thing. Casey, what's the name of the dragon?
Bahamut.
Which version?
You've got Bahamut, you've got Neo Bahamut, and there's one other that comes in between them. I'm blanking on what it's called.
Bahamut, Neo Bahamut, Zero. Bahamut.
Yes.
So,
I was about to say, I know it's not Bahamut Sin. That's happened children. But,
should I pull up Bahamut Zero, the planet destroyer?
Yeah.
Yes.
The god of literal planetary destruction. And the good part is, I can now give you a screenshot of how fucking massive this summon is. This summon's huge. I don't even know how they're going to do it in game. This summon is the scariest fucking summon in the entire franchise. Like, this is, you summon Bahamut Zero, it's the end of the fight. Go fuck yourself. This thing survives Bahamut Zero.
And let's make this the last thing that we see, by the way, because I would love to continue talking about this, but we have like a bunch of other topics, and we still have to take our commercial.
Oh. So why don't we use this one? Dude, it's massive. It's fucking
fuck me.
It's Death Star status, okay? This thing will nuke a planet.
Damn.
It clearly is nuking the fucking planet.
Who needs a Death Star when you got Bahamut Zero?
Dude, Bahamut Zero's fun. And that's the old design of him, too. He is...
Dude, it's like if the Red Eyes Black Dragon just took a bunch of fucking steroids.
Dude, it's Blue Eyes on crack, okay? Be honest.
No, it's the Red Eyes Black Dragon, because he's black.
Actually, he's silver.
Oh, is he? I can't tell. He doesn't look silver.
He doesn't look silver.
It's the fact that you're looking at this in space.
Yeah, you're looking at this in space. So we're going to take a quick commercial.
Colors don't exist!
So we're going to take a quick commercial break because we're actually halfway through the topics now. So, yay! And when we come back, we're actually give you guys some really good, fun news.
Yay! Finally!
It's about time for some good news.
Yay!
So, we will see you, folks.
We'll be right back. And while we're on our commercial break, here is our shameless plugging. Take it away, Epic Voice Mike.
That's pretty fucking gay. But not as gay as an A&W mug of root beer.
With A&W, it's good to be thick-headed.
No.
With A&W,
with A&W, it's good to be thick-headed.
With A&W, it's good to be thick.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
All metal mayhem. Colleen Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title, best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Star.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title, the Outsider Mark Young. The Executioner Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
And we're back! Yay! Commercial over.
I switched positions from last time because I wanted to get comfortable because my legs can only stay bunched up as a ball for a short period of time. So now we're going to talk about some really interesting shit.
Yay.
Doctor Strange 2 is being made by Sam Raimi.
Yes, the guy behind the first 3 Spider-Man movies from the 2000s and
the Evil
Dead series. Yes.
Creator of the Evil Dead series. The fucking best.
Yeah, you ever wonder? Yeah, you ever wonder?
Bruce Campbell ever.
Yep. You ever wonder who gave Bruce Campbell leeway to say this is my boomstick?
Actually, he didn't work on Army of Darkness.
Didn't he?
No, he didn't work on Army of Darkness. He only worked on the first 2 Evil Dead movies.
Really?
Yep.
I am curious about the Doctor Strange movie because for a couple of reasons. One, I want to know how they're going to be able to let people... I assume they're just going to let people watch it in their homes.
Well, here's something for you.
Yeah.
I know the working title of this movie.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
Yes.
Oh.
So, if we're getting multiverse, do you know what that means? Here's a couple Doctor Strange villains that we could possibly see. So I'm going to just pull this up really quick so we have a quick...
Wait, so, would that mean then... Would that mean that they're legitimately going to try to do the multiverse theory in the MCU?
I don't know. But it could be. Now, hold on a second. Here's a couple people that they could use.
Okay.
They've already done Dormammu. They're not going to do him twice. What's the fucking point?
Right.
They're probably going to do something with that one wizard. I forgot his name.
He was played by Chiwetel Ejiofor?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's either going to be Baron Mordo, Nightmare, Shoma Gorath, who is Eldritch Horror, which is fucking awesome, Mephisto, who is the devil of the Marvel Universe.
Quite literally the devil.
No, he's literally the devil. He is straight up the devil. And wait, didn't Baron Mordo already appear though?
Yeah,
he was a good guy in the first Doctor Strange, turned evil in the post-credit scene.
True. And lastly, if I remember correctly, I just have to pull up the name to make sure that I remember it. It is a costume in one of the games. 2 seconds, boys. His name. Go off, James. His name is The Master.
Ooh.
And The Master, if I remember, Hail the Master is the name of the comic, and it's honestly Strange has some really good fucking comics, like some seriously like really good fucking comics. Yeah, like they're really, really fucking good. I think it's Hymir, which is the name of the elder god who's the original master of the mystic arts. But yeah, there's this whole. As I said, I don't know where they're going to take this.
I don't either.
I don't know where they're going to take this series because, let's be honest, Doctor Strange was one of the best MCU movies when it comes to just being a concept.
Yes.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
It was stupidly fun of a goddamn movie. Was it the greatest? No, not really.
I would say I think the greatest may have to be Thor Ragnarok.
I'm going to have to disagree.
Yeah, same.
As much as I loved Thor Ragnarok, I wouldn't call it the greatest.
Yeah.
I will be the first one to admit to you guys, I laughed my ass off at Thor Ragnarok.
Agreed.
True, but the greatest has to be Guardians 1.
Yeah.
I'd have to disagree on that notion from personal, at least for me personally.
Okay.
I would have to say Captain America.
First Avenger, Winter Soldier, or Civil War?
First Avenger.
Well, you're right, because that's the start of everything.
It's the start of everything, and it really is just a simple story.
I would say that Captain America's story throughout the entire MCU is told beautifully.
He's the best character. He literally is
by far the best character.
He is.
And the way he went out as Captain America went back to his wife or his love, really.
Yeah.
Like that made me tear. I was I was able to appreciate it with new eyes because originally I was just like, they killed Iron Man. Iron Man was my favorite Avenger, and then I had to think about it. I'm like, nah, it's Captain.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I've never been a big Iron Man fan, even as a kid, and I think it's because of the fact that in the comics, Tony's a super alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like alcoholism's his weakness. So it's one of those things that I'm like, maybe not. Now here's the question: if they are doing a multiverse story,
right?
They better include Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
That would be interesting if they decided to do
be very interesting.
Shot. But you know who I would rather see appear?
If they do that, would they also bring in the Mark Webb Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield one?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know if they can. But what if they bring in Ghost Rider?
Nick Cage.
Name another person that could counter Strange completely.
Ghost Rider would be the only one.
You can straight up make a movie.
He's gonna get a series though.
He's probably gonna get a Marvel fucking
Netflix series, yeah.
I just have that.
Which I hate because that character's so good if you do it.
I don't understand why they can't just make the fucking Netflix
because
series.
the Nicolas Cage movie was terrible, that's why.
No, I'm not talking about that movie. I'm talking about the Netflix series in general. Like, why they can't just make that a part of the
Because they have Disney Plus.
Well, Disney's fucking stupid, aren't they?
As I said, I'm not really sure where they're gonna take it.
But I'm interested to find out.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's probably gonna be Baron Mordo. It's probably gonna be some crazy shit. I just hope, and this is my only hope, that they decide to just say it's an alternate universe movie, and Doctor Strange is gonna start finally becoming the Sorcerer Supreme. That's my only hope.
Oh boy,
that would be the only way that it would really be.
They have to, man.
Dude, he was Guardian of the Time Stone as of the end of the first one. He's pretty much already the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, but it's still the fact that he's not he's not at full power. Okay? He's not using fucking the Binding Force. Like, he's not going, absolutely mental with it yet.
That's fair.
Do you think he's gonna encounter Loki? Because if you remember, he has the Tesseract.
Yeah, but Loki's dead.
Actually, he was dead.
No.
If he goes back in time.
Alternate timeline
No.
was
It's
Endgame.
It's not. No. Multiverse is not time specific. Multiverse is more the fact that this is happening right now in this situation. That's the multiverse.
Right.
Like, I'll give an example. If it's the multiverse theory, then that means he can meet Spider-Man 2099. He can meet Golden Age Captain America.
Which is an interesting question for me.
What?
Who would you cast as Miguel O'Hara?
Half Spanish, half Irish Miguel O'Hara. Huh. Miguel O'Hara. Fuck. That's hard.
I'm hesitant to say the. Who's
New Jersey.
Who?
No.
I was gonna say, who the hell was that Spanish chick that was on all those weird sitcoms?
Oh, Sofia Vergara.
Is that her name? Yeah.
Miguel O'Hara's a dude, though.
Yeah.
That sounded like a girl's name, in fairness.
Miguel is
fine. I'm not
Miguel's
into
a
the whole
boy's
Doctor Strange people.
Dude, Miguel is a dude's name, and we're talking about Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, can I tell you how I would do it?
Oh.
You have Tom Holland as the nowadays Spidey.
Mm-hmm.
Make Miguel O'Hara Tobey Maguire.
Ooh.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That would be really interesting.
Because that way they have that duality of him being Spider-Man for a long time.
Ah. I don't know if it would work because of the look for Tobey Maguire.
Like Tobey grow the facial hair out.
Yeah, you would be surprised how much of a fucking Mexican he looks with facial hair grown out.
All right, then.
It would actually work. He'd actually be able to pull it off pretty well. He would just need to learn like a shit ton of Spanish via Duolingo and Rosetta Stone in like 5 months. But
well, Tobey Maguire, Miguel O'Hara in the comics is just half Spanish, half Irish. But doesn't really
speak the language. Okay,
doesn't really speak the language.
But you know how movies are going to go. They're going to want him to say something in Spanish.
But they shouldn't. Like, Miguel doesn't need to be like that. And plus, we find Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Physically playing the turtle.
Perfect example of that. Do any of you remember Spider-Man: Edge of Time?
I do.
Vaguely.
I do.
Spider-Man Miguel O'Hara in that game was voiced by Christopher Daniel Barnes, Prince freaking Eric from The Little Mermaid. If that's not the whitest guy on the face of the earth, I don't know what is.
Exactly. And honestly, it would just be cool to get him back in the suit.
Yeah.
One more good time to get him back in the suit. If you're gonna do it and you're gonna do it correctly, to have this duality between Tom being super young, Toby who's a little bit older, which would actually work because Miguel is technically older than Peter was when he started becoming Spider-Man.
Yeah, isn't Miguel pretty close to 30?
Yeah, Miguel's pretty close to 30. Where Peter
that would be the best way to do the duality if you're gonna do the multi.
Honestly, if you're gonna do it like really interesting, then do Miguel O'Hara, which means that you have a Spider-Man who can physically bite his opponents and sink his acidic fangs into people, which allows him to inject a neurotoxin that allows him to put his enemies into like seizure states.
Here's another thing. If they do this means that they could actually realistically get a new actor for Iron Man.
I mean, you could. It doesn't have to just be fucking.
Doesn't have to be Tony. Could be the current Iron. Could be the current Iron Man. That stupidly smart black.
You mean War Machine?
Yeah.
No. This is a like 15-year-old girl that has taken over the Iron Man.
Oh, Iron Girl.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I think they've already started hyping that up with the.
Tony's adopted daughter. Yep.
Tony's. Yeah, which makes sense. Casey's right. Casey's right. Sorry, James is right. Toby with facial hair absolutely looks like he's
He does.
He totally would fit the role like super hard. I feel like because the fact is like, if you have Tobey Maguire in the role and you have him do it correctly, at least write him intelligently and use time as his weapon.
Yeah,
because he absolutely can. Do the Edge of Time storyline. Because now you get to use, and hear me out on this, you get to use Eddie Brock.
Yeah. Ooh.
You get to use Tom Holland.
Tom Hardy.
Dude, if they're going to do that. Oh, yeah, because they said they were working on a deal to make the Venom movies a part of the MCU.
Yeah. And it'd be an interesting thing if they're able to do Eddie Brock with the anti-Venom suit, so that way you can put it and have Holland with a little bit of aging. Obviously.
Which is not hard to do.
Just his natural look and then a little bit of makeup.
And you'd be all set.
To be honest, the MCU is primarily the Ultimate Universe for a lot of things.
Now, speaking of that, we'll move on from Doctor Strange. We pretty much covered all bases, really. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. What is the premise of that? Is that going to be with Thor in it? Because I know
as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, no. I think this is the one where they're finally going to bring in Adam Warlock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Adam's fucking war. Can I please rant for like a couple seconds about that fucking character?
Go ahead.
Please do, because I don't think I was ever lectured on him in my comic book class.
So Adam Warlock is the Deus Ex Machina for Thanos.
Originally, yes.
So basically,
originally, yes.
So he's his double.
Let me simplify this. I already know where you're going.
He's a superhero who straight up comes out of nowhere and beats Thanos.
I was about to say
during the battle for the gems, during the Infinity Gauntlet whole Adam Warlock comes out of nowhere and beats Thanos.
How?
He just does it.
That's ridiculous.
In fairness, Thanos in the comics also lost to fucking Squirrel Girl.
So did Doctor Doom.
So, I mean,
it was a different time.
Do we get any info on this dude before he beats Thanos? Or is it the type of character that just shows up a mysterious new character out of nowhere and beats Thanos?
Dude, he literally just comes out of nowhere, takes the Infinity Gauntlet, and beats Thanos.
So basically, what you're saying is
he's the
even though this is completely this is the future. What I'm gonna reference here, they tried to do Bane from Star Wars, but they did it piss poorly.
Explain what you mean.
Yeah, because I'm not getting it.
Bane in the Clone Wars was a fucking awesome villain.
But Bane wasn't. But Darth Bane's like hundreds of years old by the Clone Wars standard.
Right. But not a lot of people would know who he is right off the bat.
Actually, a lot of people that watch the Clone Wars.
Really? A lot of people
would know about it. In fairness, I didn't know much about him.
Here's the whole thing. Do you want me to tell you how you can have Adam Warlock be made, Guardians of the Galaxy fights them, yada yada? You know who's the next villain that you just have to do?
Who?
Do Galactus.
Yeah, Galactus.
I don't know about that. The Fantastic Four movies kind of killed off any credibility he had.
Okay, so
right, but they killed at one point. Spider-Man 3 killed the credibility of Venom and Sandman, but they proved that they could if with the right writing, they could probably bring the character back to life.
I mean, the only credibility they killed for Venom is, where most of the stuff in the film, it got mostly accurate, but I think it was just a casting problem.
Dude,
it was 100% a casting problem.
You know who the actor is, right? That plays Venom in the fucking...
Yeah, the dude from that 70s show.
Topher Grace, yeah.
That was just... No, I understand that he's almost the same size as Toby. It would make a...
Hanging out.
Like, Eddie Brock.
New York City.
Here's the whole thing with Eddie Brock in the comics. Eddie compared to Peter in base before Spider-Man powers is a terrifying human being. He is massive. We're talking about
jacked.
He's huge. He's fucking huge, dude. The fact that they go, we're going to get a guy who's even skinnier than Toby and he's going to play Venom. It's like, I don't blame the actor. I can't blame him. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Brock is supposed to be this big, hulking human being that when he walks into a room, you notice him.
Yeah, the new Venom movie did it great because the guy they picked looked like a
Tom Hardy. By the way,
house.
But
Tom Hardy's good
because Tom Hardy was Bane.
Right.
He knows how to play big, huge fucking dudes and to be intimidating and to be a big guy.
Do you know they still play that fucking scene from the grocery store where he calls the fucking robber a turd in the wind? That's hysterical.
It's hilarious. But anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it's going to be Adam Warlock. If you don't know who Adam Warlock is, here's a quick thing. Dude, literally, let me tell you how fast this happens in comic panel. 3 panels later, beats Thanos.
Really?
3 panels, he beats Thanos. It is that short. He literally just flies in, takes the Infinity Gauntlet, goes, let the conflict end, and then holds the gauntlet, and then fucking beats Thanos' ass, and then that's just how it ends. By the way, this is the Infinity War, which would have, the X-Men. Sorry, they don't exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Did.
This has the Fantastic Four in it, which doesn't exist in the Marvel Universe. Nova's in it, who doesn't exist in the Marvel Universe. Yeah, all these characters that don't exist in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Although the funny thing is, Nova, at least as a name, does exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But he should be a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I'm like, dude, I get it. I get it.
Fucker. Listen, you gotta get them. Boys, I don't care. We're doing this right now. Everybody got to get their bows up, and they got to start looking down, and they got to start getting into the Nova Force. You got to do the Nova Force, do the Nova Force, and then in the back of your head, you go Centurion Rush. He's fucking Nova. Okay, James, chill. He's fucking Nova. He is a Centurion class member of the Nova Force.
Well, here's the question with that. Didn't Disney buy like a majority stake in Fox or some shit?
Nova hasn't appeared in anything though.
Yeah, but didn't they just recently acquire the Fox rights?
Yes, but they're never going to get. Here's the whole problem. But here's the problem with that: they're not going to get Hugh Jackman as Wolverine to be in the cinematic universe. Because he's not gonna go back to being Wolverine again. He's done with that character.
Just fucking get a new actor.
That's the problem. Listen, as I hate to say it, but nobody can be Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. He had the perfect story leading into the character. He was the character.
Yeah, but there's a few cases of this in movie history.
Yes,
Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Frickin' Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
At least it's better than Ryan Reynolds as Green fucking Lantern.
Yeah, except
don't make the suit green or animated.
Yeah, but how about the time that he agreed to a contract where he was going to have his mouth sewed up, he was going to have Baraka blades and have lasers shoot out of his eyes?
Yeah, that's not the best decision in his life.
Remember, he agreed. He agreed to that contract.
I guarantee you, the only reason he agreed to that contract was because they were actually going to let him be somewhat of the Deadpool he loved before they all screwed him up like that.
Exactly. That's such a bad movie. But anyway,
mark with a mouth.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is obviously going to come back with James Gunn doing Guardians because he's obviously going to be doing it because it's
I'm pretty sure that Guardians of the Galaxy is his favorite storyline or set of characters in the Marvel comics, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're super good. Honestly, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket Raccoon, before he got fucking changed vocally from a Australian to a New York raccoon, whatever. Yeah,
they basically wanted their own version of Ted. That's what I got out of that.
Speaking of New York, I hate to break subject like this. I was talking with my friend.
The whole video.
Yeah, that's fair. I was talking with my friend John earlier, and you guys can feel free to crucify me for this. I probably deserve it, but why do I not have any issue imagining Taz voicing Knuckles?
Oh my god!
I totally could see it.
Taz voicing Knuckles.
Taz would be a great voice for Knuckles, actually.
Agreed. I'd be super for it.
Second.
Yeah, that'd be super good. I think.
Now, here's a question: If we're gonna just break subject like this, we might as well just go all out with it. Who the fuck voices Shadows and Tails?
Well, Tails already has a voice actress.
Right.
As for Shadow, that is a very good question.
The voice actor for Cloud.
Steve Bloom.
I mean,
actually, no, that's wrong, Steve. Original voice actor for Cloud, I believe, is Steve Burton.
No. You want anybody to be Shadow, you get Sephiroth's voice actor.
Oh, George Newbern. George Newbern, yeah.
Oh, and Nikos, to answer the question of Adam Warlock, that's Adam Warlock.
Oh,
I feel like I've seen him before.
He is a
he looks like a douche.
He literally is. Also,
Looks like a
full bearded
Beast Boy.
But hashtag to full bearded Thor though, right? Like holy shit.
All right.
Now
I would continue.
I believe in Guardians 3, Adam Warlock is going to be played by Nathan Fillion.
Who?
Yeah, who?
If you've ever seen, he's been in a lot of stuff. If you've ever seen the second Percy Jackson movie, he's the guy with the Caduceus. I believe he's Hermes.
I mean, I could make this way easier case and just say, hey, has anybody ever seen the Suicide Squad?
Which Suicide Squad? Yeah, I've seen it.
Has anybody else ever seen The Big Bang Theory or the Uncharted live-action fan film that came out?
Has anybody ever seen, I'm pretty sure he was on this, Firefly?
He was in Guardians 2014, which is really weird.
Really?
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2014. That's really weird.
He was in the
Nathan Fillion, who's going to be Adam Warlock. He's in 2014? Yeah. He's in the first Guardians movie?
Who did he play as?
But Adam Warlock isn't in the fucking Guardians till the new one.
Yeah, no, he must have played as somebody else. It's not
right, he was just one of the gold people. That's all right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay. I would love to continue talking about the MCU because the MCU is awesome, but we got the other topics.
Honestly,
but hang on, right before we move on,
only,
the third Guardians of the Galaxy, is that going to take place after Endgame, or?
I believe so. Yes, or at least maybe concurrent to it.
Dude, name one member of the Guardians that's dead.
Wait, then that mean it would be as Guardians of the Galaxy then?
No, it's not as Guardians of the Galaxy.
If it takes place after Endgame, then yeah.
No, Thor's doing his thing on Earth.
Really? Because at the end of Endgame, he was in the ship with the Guardians.
Wait, was he?
Yeah, he was with the Asgard. Yeah, he joined up with the Guardians. Remember, that's when he got. Dude, you couldn't miss it. He got fat.
I need to watch Endgame again.
The dramatic transformation of Thor. He got fat and joined the freaking prisoners.
Listen, they're gonna drop him off on a planet that has a Denny's and an IHOP, and he's fine. He's gonna break like 50 mugs, and it's game over. Okay.
Yes. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic. We have at least 4 more.
So, Casey, are you ready for XCOM to reappear?
XCOM gonna give it to you.
Get out of my head, Nikos. Honestly, I've had not much experience with the XCOM series. I'm familiar with it a little bit. I know what it is. I know what it's about somewhat. Not really had that much experience with it. I played XCOM 2, I believe, a while back. It's a real-time strategy series, if I remember.
It's a real-time strategy series where the Earth's been taken over by an alien force, and you, with XCOM, are trying to fight back against the alien menace.
Yeah.
So basically, every other.
Except XCOM 2 is like fucking super moddable. That's why you're able to play as, the Imperium of Man from fucking Warhammer 40K. You're able to play as Gordon Freeman. With entire voice packs done by Ross Scott from fucking Freeman's Mind. You're able to have an entire team that's all G.I. Joes, if you wanted to.
G.I. Joe,
a real American hero.
Which does mean Sergeant Slaughter is optional.
Yay!
Hey!
Wait, does that mean we could get the Robot Chicken Hogan's Heroes too?
You can absolutely get Robot Chicken Hogan's Heroes.
Nazi, how are you?
If you can find enough voice lines, you can absolutely fucking do that.
Yes.
James is happy.
Chicken and Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah, what?
Never seen that.
I have definitely shown you the Robot Chicken's Hogan's Heroes thing.
Oh, it's
You
hilarious.
haven't seen the one where they
You're missing out if you don't remember it.
Roddy Piper in figure form walk up to a Nazi and go, "Hey, you fucking Nazis!" And then he beats the shit out of them and suplexes them and clotheslines them and puts them in a sleeper hold, and then they're all just sitting there behind the wall going,
Good times.
his stealth.
The funniest thing is they could only get Hogan and Piper, Slaughter, and
No, Slaughter isn't voiced by himself. Oh no, Slaughter isn't voiced by himself. It's only Hogan and Piper.
yeah, and then and everybody else wasn't. But yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh, we have rocket launcher, flamethrower, Slim Jims. Oh yeah, look at you, Slim Jim. Because of course we have to make that joke in fucking 2012.
Okay, so since not a lot of people know XCOM.
Well, okay, let me break it down like this. XCOM, classic game, like late 1990s, very good strategy game, PC original. Went to the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
That's the one I played, I believe. XCOM Enemy Unknown?
Yep, Enemy Within.
Oh, yeah.
The second one was Enemy Unknown, which it's fantastic. As I said, I love this game modded because I like having the Gordon Freeman mod where he just goes, he fucking grabs a grenade, pulls the pin, and goes, and now onto the floor, Secretary Pineapple, and he throws a pineapple grenade into the room. You will be representing me on the floor. It's a super fun game. I just wanted to get the news out there that it is coming back in some shape or form. And if you're a fan of it, cool. I hope you really enjoy it. I did. I love XCOM 1 and 2. I think they're very good games, but they are fucking notoriously really hard if you don't know what you're doing.
Well, and I very much did not know what I was doing.
Yes, it is very like, put your sniper up on a little nest. Keep your minigunner out in the open because he's your tank. Make sure your soldiers have enough cover. This is the type of game where you will have a 1% chance at this range to shoot somebody in the head.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
I have an inside joke for Casey here. Casey, when playing regular XCOM, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Casey playing a version of XCOM Tetris. I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing.
I mean, playing XCOM Tetris. I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing.
I mean, it literally is. Honestly, Casey, it literally is Tetris.
Yeah.
Just imagine instead of bringing the blocks to you, you're going to the blocks with fully automatic firearms to blow their fucking heads off. In case it goes, I now want to be a master of alien popping Tetris.
I am the man who comes.
I am the man who came with a Glock to shoot this alien in the cock. Take my 12 gauge and put it in his eye and blow his fucking mind tonight. Now I have the assault rifle with the barrel and I point it at the family now. Oops, that's the aliens. You see, now I'm going to...
Just turns into Spec Ops The Line halfway through.
What? Oh, man, I got for that.
Just turns
Listen, boys, okay?
You turns into Spec Ops The Line halfway through.
You can absolutely do a run of this game playing as Batman with the machine gun.
That's what you sent me?
Yes.
Oh, you...
It's the fucking College Humor Batman when he takes the assault rifle and starts gunning down the poor criminal and just goes, "This is a gun?"
I think we found a new...
I don't remember this.
This is the video that
I think we found a new inside joke for Indy Force. This is a meme?
This is a meme? Dude, you got that. Dude, find that video and send it, please.
This is a plate?
This
is a dish?
This is a bad franchise? Give me your
It's a bird?
That is a... Dude, it's half blurred out.
This is a science?
So anyway,
this is a heart attack?
So here comes the question, because I wanted to add this one in here specifically for us as individuals.
Yeah.
And it's a good question because I feel like it will get the audience out there to know us better in personality format.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo, which one was the better console?
In terms of
let's take it one at a time. Let's go based off of your favorite games from each, and then we'll go from there. Casey, since you are the age before beauty, you get to go first. And he just goes, fuck you.
Fuck you.
And just like that, everyone in the comment section is calling us a bunch of fagots.
I like fagots. They're pretty good. They like to jump up on the rocks and boing, boing, boing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but fagots taste awful.
Yeah, it's not my favorite breakfast cereal. Let's be honest. Anyway,
James, do you remember that part? Do you remember that time I had you in tears because of my homosexual man voice? James, how come you keep trying to go outside? You'll get coronavirus. Stop! You're gonna get COVID-19. Stop! Are you not wearing sunscreen at the beach, you silly pants? What's wrong with you? You're gonna get cancer and COVID-19. What are you doing, you silly bitch? James,
why haven't you shed your life? You're gonna get ticks down there. You're gonna get Lyme disease.
Okay, calm down, Harley Quinn.
James, how come you have smooth brain? Well, you don't understand how cancer works.
That's all it takes.
I'm trying so hard not to cry.
Yeah, for fucking Nikos, all I gotta do is felonious and fallopian tubes.
And then I just ragdoll into my chair.
Screw your K-dance.
Looks like you got some pretty good K-dance there. Looks like you got Flagonius and fallopian tube. I like Fagingus and Bagingi. Fagunius and Begonius. Nikos is on that fucking point. I like the Hedison the Honus. Country bonus. It goes down nice and smooth. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get some Mako poisoning. Hold on. Goes down nice and smooth. I understand where you're coming from there, good sir.
Anyway.
So,
funnily enough, I never actually had the Super Nintendo growing up.
That's the most important console war of all time.
Yeah, right? I never actually had the Super Nintendo growing up, but when I was probably 4, my grandmother got me...
Bring up then.
I said I never had the Super Nintendo growing up.
Exactly, but you still grew up.
Yes, absolutely. We all do. That's
and then you
kind
grew
of...
out.
That's... Oh.
You're actually a dickhead. You're actually a dickhead.
Give me like 2 minutes and I can make that super possible with this fucking thing.
Oh my god, I forgot I gave you that.
Hey, DeMarcus.
I got a question for you, homie. What's up with your K-dance? James is fucking done. James is fucking done.
Done. James is done.
Wait, hold on. Is it better if I done? James, is it better if I cover up my eyebrows and I go like this?
That looks like your eyebrows.
James? Wait.
Oh no.
James, I got a question for you.
What?
You ever get really cold at night? Well, that's pretty chill.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to the Indy Force.
Well, we'll be right back after these commercial messages. Please tip your waitress.
Okay.
She has kids and has coronavirus.
All right. Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo? Fine. We'll just rapid fire this.
Well, let me put it like this. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Anyway, I didn't have the
fucking gay.
Yeah. well, keep in mind who you're talking to.
Yeah, right.
So
that was pretty fucking gay.
Yeah. But when I was about 4 years old, my grandmother got me the Genesis with a 6-game compilation pack. I had Sonic the Hedgehog, I had Super Hang-On, I had the first Golden Axe, I had the Revenge of Shinobi, I had Columns, and there was one other game that currently escapes me. Oh, Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage.
1, 2, or 3?
First one. And
one of the 3.
Yeah. Oh, it's brutal. But I grew up mostly with the Sega Genesis. Didn't come into Nintendo until about 96, when I got an N64 for Christmas.
Oh, there you go.
So I definitely have better memories with the Sega Genesis. On the whole, though, I'm going to have to say the Super Nintendo was better overall.
Well,
yeah, for me, Super Nintendo.
Here's how we're going to determine this.
Coin flip?
Nope, not a coin flip. Because coin flip only works when it's a specific situation where you're like, I can't choose between one or the other. Here are the 3 categories: gameplay, games, and music. Which
still Super Nintendo.
Well, remember the Sega Genesis had Sonic.
Yeah, but
they had Sonic. They had Sonic. They had Comic Zone. They had Puyo Puyo, I believe.
Okay.
Or did Genesis have that? Or did Super Nintendo have that too?
If I had to go with soundtrack, it's Sega Genesis, but everything else is Super Nintendo all day. Gameplay.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Actually, I'm gonna give everything to the Super Nintendo. Can I tell you why?
What? Go.
Yes, the Sega Genesis had a couple good tracks, but you know what really determines it? Which had the better music for Doom? And that's the Sega. That is absolutely not the Sega Genesis.
No.
The Super Nintendo blew that fucking game in
everything's
popularity.
You know what the thing is? You think I realized something. You think the Sega Genesis songs sound different, but that's if you're just thinking of franchise, because literally the way they do it is just a whole score. But if you do it but when it comes to actual Super Nintendo, everything sounds at least a little bit different.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that's where they actually have.
So okay, let's go based off of this. What is the first Super Nintendo / Sega Genesis game you first played?
The first one I remember playing was Super Mario World.
Okay.
Nikos?
I can't remember the title, but I remember distinctly it was a Jackie Chan game based from the TV show.
Oh, The Adventures of Jackie Chan. Yep.
Yeah.
And James?
I think it was a Mario game. I don't remember.
Super Mario Land, Super Mario World, or Super Mario Brothers 3?
Well, here's the
thing. It's Super Mario RPG, which that shit's fucking awesome.
You gotta keep in mind,
RPG.
I would have been exposed to the Super Nintendo as like a teen. My actual first gaming console was, I think, the original PlayStation, and the first game I ever played was the fucking Toy Story Racing Mario Kart ripoff game, which was fucking fun. I actually really enjoyed that. So I was a different kind of child.
For me, it's actually Batman Returns.
Ooh, yeah.
By Konami. My God, that game is so fucking fun.
Well, hey, at least it wasn't Batman Forever.
You know what? Honestly, that game isn't terrible. Specifically, the arcade game is a side-scroller beat-em-up. But my God, taking the Mortal Kombat fight system and turning it into a game.
Well,
the music and the graphics are fucking deplorable.
This is what it seems like they tried to do with the game. It's like they went with Mortal Kombat fight scenes and Mario, but also side-scroller beat 'em up, and just combined it into one game, and it was just a
it didn't work. It didn't work.
James, how do you shoot an upwards grappling hook? Because I can tell you, I have no fucking idea to this day.
You should go up, I'd imagine.
You should be able to press up and press a grappling hook button to go up. But wait, he jumps. Because jump isn't a button. Jump should always be a fucking button.
And not pressing up on the D-pad.
It's stupid. Yeah. I can understand if it's, you press up on the D-pad to jump into the foreground and into the background, right?
That's fine.
That makes sense. But not in a fucking side-scroller. It makes sense in a fighting game to press up to jump, because it's a fighting game.
Yeah.
But if it's a side-scroller beat 'em up, have a dedicated fucking button for jumping.
You've got 4 of them to work with.
Unless it's the Sega Genesis, remember, that only had 3 buttons.
Unless you had third-party controllers.
But that still requires you going, you know what I feel like not doing?
The game.
You know what I feel like doing? I feel like fucking clawing the buttons in order to do super moves in fucking every fighting game. No, thank you.
I still do that to this day.
I know, and it's a mind fuck.
So we at the end of the day agree that Nintendo, Super Nintendo is the better console, but Batman Forever was fucking trash.
Listen, here I actually have a list ready to go of some of the Super Nintendo games that were out on that console during the big heyday of Super Nintendo games.
Yeah,
we're talking about Contra 3, dude.
Yeah,
we're talking about Super Mario Land, World, Super Mario 3.
We're talking about Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 4 and 6.
4, 5, and 6 if it's Japan. For some reason, the U.S. never got 6. Sorry, never got 5.
We never got 2, 3, and 5. We got 1, 4, 6, and everything after 7, and everything up through.
Everything after 6.
But there's too many good titles.
Fighter, Civilization. You had fucking Sim City. You had oh my god, dude!
You had a smorgasbord, dude. Super Castlevania 4.
Yeah, Sega Genesis. It was safe to say Sega Genesis is basically the Xbox of this generation.
Yeah,
where it was cool in theory, but not enough games to hold its weight.
Not enough games to hold its weight. But oh my god, James, you want to talk about some shit? I have some shit for you.
Not enough games to hold its weight, but the games that did stand the test of time will always stand the test of time.
Well, Casey, that begs the question. How many attachments were for the fucking Sega Genesis?
Way too many.
Yes.
And one of them includes the fucking console itself as the attachment.
Yeah.
So there's the Sega CD, which has some very good games.
Sonic CD.
Sonic CD. Let me see. Sega CD games. I think I actually remember Jurassic Park was relatively... You have Night Trap on it, Snatcher, which is fantastic. I want to say Space Ace as well?
Yes.
I think so.
Oh, God.
Or was that for when the 32X came along?
I think that might be 32X. You had Corpse Killer, which was a very good game. You had Prize Fighter, which was just awkward. It's like, there's so many fucking games on each of these. I mean, the 32X had
You had Slam City Jam.
Slam City Jam, you had Virtual Racer, you had Knuckles Chaotix, the best version of Mortal Kombat 2 that you'll ever get on the 32X, Star Wars Arcade, which ran like fucking ass balls, NBA Jam, there's some really good Sega games, Primal Rage,
Yeah, but I mean,
But-
are we just equivalating all Sega games or specifically Genesis?
Those are all, dude. That's all Genesis. All those games are attachments to the fucking Sega Genesis. It requires owning a Sega Genesis to.
By the time you get up to the 32, by the time you get up to the 32X, that fucking thing's on life support.
Yeah, literally. If you know what? Honestly, James, right after this, look up the AVGN episode of
Sega CD
of the Sega CD / the Sega 32X, the Sega attachments.
Because he tackles both of them in one episode.
And it's a fucking nightmare. We're talking about 3 AC power adapters attempted to be hooked up into a goddamn power strip. 3 of them. Now, Casey, for the Super Nintendo, you have Super Mario World, Kirby, Yoshi's Island, Super fucking Metroid, Kong Country, F-Zero, fucking Bomberman.
The list goes on and on and on and on and on.
Ghost. Do I even have to talk about Earthbound?
No, you don't.
Earthbound
No, I mean, come on. Earthbound is amazing, and believe it or not, and believe it or not, some of the games almost nobody knows about are gems in their own right. Have any of you guys ever heard of Uniracers?
Yes.
Stupidly fun.
Mega Man X.
Yep.
Pilot Wings, very good. Demon's Crest.
Although I kind of preferred Pilot Wings 64 personally, but
it did come with the system. Mario Paint.
Mario Paint.
How many?
Look up whoever out there, and this is directed to you three as well, though I'm pretty sure at least 2 of you have seen this. Whoever out there has not seen the James and Mike Mondays that they did on Mario Paint, go watch it.
It's very good. It's a very good episode. Killer Instinct.
Yep, the original, the OG Killer Instinct.
The one of the best versions of Mortal Kombat 2.
Ever.
Oh, God, what am I missing here? Dragon's Quest.
Yep.
Fucking Dragon's Quest became a big thing because of the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many great fucking games that are on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
That Genesis just can't compete with.
No. And they tried like hell.
I will give Sega all the credit in the world. They tried their damnedest to hold their weight against the Super Nintendo, and for a while they were winning.
Listen, Sega can what Nintendo don't, but Nintendo can what Sega will never try.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I'm talking like, okay, Double Dragon, Super fucking Double Dragon. Do I even have to talk about the Double Dragon fucking Battletoads crossover game?
Oh,
that's fantastic. Like, my God, dude, there are so many good fucking games on the Super Nintendo. And it's more the fact that the Super Nintendo ports of most games, specifically arcade games, lasted forever. And Casey, you know I'm gonna say Super Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
You can give me Star Wars Arcade, which is fine, but Super Star Wars was the shit.
Yeah.
That game was fan-fucking.
I actually played that game.
Hard as hell, but so good.
It's super good because you feel like when you get to the end of the level, you go, "Oh my God."
That was an ordeal.
I'm not doing that again. And I'm gonna give you one last game. The game that got me into the Super Nintendo fully, because the only time I got to play Batman Returns was at my uncle's house. He had his version. When I got my own Super Nintendo as a kid, because my dad was able to find it, and the first game I played on it, Spider-Man and Venom, Maximum Carnage. Name another game to come out that specifically has the Mob Rules by Black Sabbath be the fucking boss music.
No.
It's fantastic.
It's so good.
If you have never...
And it went through LJN.
It went through LJN. Laughing, joking fucking numbnuts made the game, dude.
Well, I think they published it. I don't think they actually made it.
They didn't make it, but listen, if it's under that stamp of approval, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like, out of all the fucking LJN games, that's the one that lasts. If you guys have never played it, get on
it. Which I have never played it.
I think Mike and I played that religiously for a while.
James, you and I know about the Venom Shield tech.
Yes.
We know about the Venom Shield combos, which is fucking somebody plays Venom, you moves back and forth with the shield, it counts as a hit. Have Spider-Man come in, web swing, hit a fucking kick right into the air, you combo. It's ridiculous.
Now, question.
Yes.
To the comic guru of the four of us, how faithful is how faithful is the game to the actual Maximum Carnage comic arc?
It's as much as you can with the game. It's as much as you can get in a game that's about, let's see, you could probably beat it in like 30 minutes. You could probably beat that game in 30 minutes. It's hard as fuck.
But hey, it feels good when you hit things.
Yeah, it's about 30. James and I were able to get through it in about like 2.5 hours. So that was because we were mostly fucking around and we couldn't figure out a couple stupid little mechanics.
Being memes, basically.
And having to use the continues because it's.
And I would love, for the record, I'd love to continue this, but I want to get through the. Are we gonna save the mass tournament scene for the next episode at this point?
Probably. Yeah, that would be the one that we'll veto from this. We'll
All right, so let's finish this last topic up, so that way we can wrap the show up.
Yeah.
So,
because my legs are starting to go.
Yeah. So, everybody, before we head off, obviously, and I mentioned, WWE and the way they're doing things. I will give credit to AEW. A lot of credit, because AEW obviously took their health first and their freaking show second. They taped a bunch of shows for 2 months until their pay-per-view. And they handled the pandemic right. And while they're still going to be working, I think that what they're doing is a lot more feasible to do shows to be taped and maybe at one live show than doing this ridiculous bullshit that WWE's doing. So I give all the credit for AEW on that. Here's the risk with this. AEW is losing viewers right now because of this time. And thank you for Mike for being able to research this, but DVR numbers apparently do count, at least for now. So anytime you watch Dynamite, I'm sure the ratings are going to come out by the time this airs, but I highly suggest to watch AEW, DVR it if you can't watch it live, and watch it like as soon as possible before the ratings come out Thursday, because they could use all the help they can get right now. Realistically, I think they said something that they wanted to be like over 500,000 or something like that. They were at a good 800,000 and 900,000. I would like that to continue at some point, and it's really hard to do when taped. So any way that anybody can watch the show and help them, please do so. Obviously, we're recording this on a Wednesday, so I'm watching it on DVR myself. But
may I just say for people who are asking, if they're taping shows, they're not doing it live. Why should I watch? Because you get to see things like Chris Jericho cutting a promo on a drone.
Yeah,
you get to see things like Broken Matt Hardy teleporting around an arena through the stands. You get
they
teleporting.
They are at least using what's going on right now to benefit themselves.
Yeah.
In a smart and creative way to still do creative things that they normally couldn't do. They are using the crisis to be fucking smart and aren't sitting there going, well, we're considered an essential business because...
No, in fairness, I think AEW falls under that category now, because I think they said wrestling counts. I don't think they just limited it. So I think Ring of Honor can go back in business now. So which in a way is good, but they're not. And the only ones that are right now, I think, there are two. I think it's Impact and AEW. So they're the only two right now, and their method is tape a bunch of shows. Don't do it live every week and cause more of a risk if you're going to do it at all.
Agreed.
It's still risky, but at least it's less of a risk than if you were to do live shows 3 fucking days. So I hats off to AEW, obviously.
Agreed. And that's why
how they're doing.
That is why we are going to put up the Indy Force stamp of approval tonight,
Right.
which is absolutely in support of AEW.
Yeah.
We want to help these boys out as much as humanly possible, and we want to make sure that Cody and his staff are able to continue doing what they're doing every single week and providing content to people that are sitting at homes wanting to go to people want to go to the arenas. People really want to go and watch these matches and see what's going on.
Today they were supposed to be in the Agganis Arena in Boston.
And they
I think they delayed that. I think that's still going on, but not until August now.
Not till it's at a point where it's like, yeah, this is calmed down enough. But yeah, to the boys at AEW, to Kenny Omega, to the Young Bucks, to fucking everybody that's on the show,
Cody and Dustin.
You have the Indy Force stamp of approval when it comes to how you're running your business.
Yeah.
And WWE, you are leaps and bounds better than fucking we want entertainment.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You were able to find a way to make the health a priority and also give us entertainment in a serious time when everybody needs it. And while it's still somewhat risky, I commend you guys even doing it at all. And I'll say the same thing to the WWE competitors as well. That when I said I was done with WWE, no disrespect to any of those guys, and I commend them, and we all commend them for working in this time when they really don't have to.
They really shouldn't. Honestly, they really shouldn't.
But you know what? If AEW is going to do it, I'd prefer they do it this way. I was not going to say a thing if WWE did the same thing that AEW did, but of course they didn't, and now I'm just done.
Agreed.
And now I'm just done.
Voodoo Kin Mafia still has to be the biggest dick in the wrestling industry.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But in any case, since I think on the show we talked a lot about Spider-Man here.
Yeah.
We talked a bit about everything.
But to be honest, we primarily talked about Spider-Man. So James, why don't we end it with Spider-Man appearing?
Okay, hold on.
Take it away, Spidey.
Oh, no, I can't. It's, hold on. I gotta make sure. Yeah, no, I can't. WMG. Nope. Can't do it. Yep. I double checked. I went all the way down. WMG is all over that. Nope. Aw, good. Fuck the labels, by the way. But,
wait a minute.
Find the cover. If you can find the cover.
I have to find the cover. I could just find the actual fucking audio.
I did the audio. It didn't work.
No, I could just do this, silly.
You're scary. Don't do it. I want to get claimed. I don't want to get claimed.
Not gonna get claimed. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get claimed.
No, trust me, because this company's dead anyway.
I don't want to be claimed.
All right, let's take a look.
Let me see. Double checking before I do anything.
I already looked at the bottom. You're all good, dude.
All right, yeah, you're right.
You're good. Don't worry.
All right. So that's our outro music. Is that what we're doing?
That's our outro music. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you
in the next Indy Force. And until next time, we'll see you on the Jay Hebert side. Take care, everybody. Everyone, give the old-fashioned salute as the song plays.
We love it when a plan comes together.